Hello and welcome everybody. I hope we're all well and I hope we are ready for an absolutely jam-packed session, learning exactly how to go about becoming successful within the next few months. Now look, just before I get into it, can you all hear me? I just want to make sure you can hear me. It's one thing about doing these webinars, I'm literally just talking into my computer and I have no idea what you can and can't hear. So just, you can hear me loud and clear? Right, perfect. Right, let me just share my screen. Just give me 1 second. Let's share the screen and let's get started, okay. Right, here we go. Right. Okay, hopefully you can all see that, okay? It should say SAS agenda. You should see something saying agenda in front of you, okay? So hopefully you can all hear that, or you can all see that. Just confirm, can you just pop it in the chat? I just want to make sure that you can actually hear, you can actually see this. So if you just pop it in the chat, oops. And I will be aware, if you just pop it in the chat and then I'll know that you can actually see it all, which will be great. Let me just, jump out of this. All right, yeah, you can see it, yeah? All right, perfect. Okay, right. Let me go back in. You are sharing the screen. Hang on a minute. Stop share that for a minute. Okay, right. Okay, right then. Let's get into this. Where's the screen gone? No, why has it stopped? Why has that happened? All right, hang on 1 second, everyone. Why has that happened now? Right, I'm having a couple of little difficulties this morning, but it's going to be all right. It's going to be fine. We're going to persevere through and we're going to get there. Right, there it is. Okay, right. So you should all be able to see that screen now, which says SAS agenda. Right, so let's get into it. Let's get started. Okay, right then, everyone. Now, look, over the course of the next, you're with me now until I've got you for a while. You know, it's only going to be me with you all today. And you've got me all the way up until around about 12:30, okay? Of which, look, I thought I would use this time to really go into a lot of detail in terms of, look, what is really now going to take you to achieve the sort of success that I know that you want to achieve. Now, the thing is, everyone, the thing is that we all say, yes, we want success. We want success. We've tried lots of different courses. We've tried my affiliate marketing training. We've tried, you know, the e-commerce. We've tried maybe Bitcoin. We've tried, you know, lots of other different things out there. However, we are yet to really, you know, be able to really start making this work and really start generating income. Now, look, the question I'm going to ask you is, why do you think this is? Why do you think that is? Now, I know the reason. However, the question is do you know the reason? Because, look, so many of us are focused on strategy. So many of us are focused on, all right, look, if I do this, this is going to happen. You know, if I now just do this course, I'm going to make £1 million. So many of us are focused on the money. So many of us are focused on, oh, all I've got to do is just this. I'm going to be honest with you here. And I'm going to say some things that you probably won't hear from lots of other speakers out there. And that is that, you know what, the chances of you becoming financially successful, if you're not there of where you want to be as yet, the chances of you now going on to achieve great financial success is going to be a bit of a challenge for you. And the reason why I'm saying it's a challenge for you, I'm not saying that you're not capable. No way, I would never say that. This is nothing to do with your capability. It's not about that. It's about whether or not you are choosing to think like a successful person or not. Believe it or not, all of your success will come down to your mindset. It comes down to who you are. Look, we all know how to lose weight, right? We all know that if we eat healthy and if we exercise, we know that we will lose weight. So how come so many of us will struggle with being healthy? It's because it's not about the strategy. Eat healthy, exercise. It's not about the strategy. It's about you. Are you the person that is going to consistently, you know, eat healthy and exercise? Are you going to consistently do that? Because if you're going to consistently do that, then you can expect results. Are you somebody that's going to be persistent? And when I'm saying persistent, I mean somebody that's going to stick at it. Or are you going to do it for, you know, a short period of time and it's like, oh, hang on a minute, you know, let me now get distracted by something else. Oh, look at that pizza. And we're going to get distracted. Or are you going to be, you know, persistent with it? You're going to realize that results don't happen, you know, overnight. It might take 12 weeks for you before you start really seeing the results. Now, the same thing applies to you and achieving financial success, believe it or not. And I don't look, believe it or not, this is where your success lies. It's not within, here is the best thing to trade, you know, stock markets and make £1 million in 2 weeks. We could teach you all of the strategy under the sun. If you're not the right type of person, then you're not going to be able to apply that information that we're going to teach you anyway, because you're going to give up. You know, that don't work, Jay. Hang on a minute, that don't work. You know, that's where we're going to fall into, because you're not being persistent and following the rules around success. So in terms of house rules, and this is our agenda for today, okay? You've got me until 12:30, as I've mentioned. You know, feel free to use the chat. You know, so under our house rules, we're going to run until around about 12:30. Look, do forgive me if I do run over a little bit. You know, those of you that have heard me speak before, you know I love to talk, yeah? So sometimes I just get a bit carried away. I can't help myself. But I'm going to aim to try and finish around about 12:30. Okay, we'll have a little break at some point as we go through. We'll have just like a quick 10-minute break. Feel free to use the chat. At the moment, I can't see very much at the moment. However, feel free to pop any questions or any comments in the chat. And what I will do is every so often, I'll probably stop sharing my screen for a minute, jump into the chat, see if there's anything in there, and then obviously have a chat with you about what you're writing. Okay, but feel free to use it. All right. Also, we're going to talk about your financial blueprint. So what I mean by your financial blueprint is, are you currently tuned in to making a lot of money based on your financial blueprint, or are you tuned in to not? I want you to think about the amount of money that you currently earn in your life. And like I say, look, we can teach you every strategy. People come to me and say, yeah, but Jay, I just want to get on the front page of Google. That's going to make me a millionaire. And I'm like, well, I can teach you how to get on the front page of Google, but you're still not going to make millions, because when the time gets tough, if there are any little hiccups along the way, you're going to quit. You know, you'll quit, because that's what a lot of people do. But this is based on your blueprint. So I want you to get an understanding in terms of, are you tuned into achieving success or not? One of the things of what I want you to think about is, how much do you currently earn? You know, what is your current net worth currently, right here, right now? Think about it. Because the amount of money that you currently earn is directly driven by your financial blueprint. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this as we get into it, because this is really important. Because like I say, look, money is there in front of each and every one of us. It's there. It's not, you know, in the Amazon rainforest somewhere, you've got to jump into the volcano and dig a few holes and all the rest of it, and then maybe we might find success down there. Success isn't down there. Success is right here. It's right in front of you. It's right here. But the thing is like I say, our blueprint won't allow us to see it because of our past conditioning. But anyway, I'm going to get into this as I go through. I don't know why I'm getting into it right now, but I'm going to get into this as I go through. I love this stuff. You know, I'll get into it as I go through. We're also going to talk about conquering your procrastination, fear, and lack of consistency. We're going to also talk about how to go about changing your financial blueprint, not just for you, but for your family as well. I'm going to talk about how to go about creating, accelerating your pathway to success and time freedom. We're going to talk about how to monetize yourself. In addition, 3 ways to start generating income in the next 30 days. And as well as that, how can we guarantee your results? How can we set goals and ensure they are met within 2022, okay? So that is going to be the agenda for today, all right? So where's my mouse gone? Right, okay, let me get into this. Right, I'm going to jump out of this for a minute, if it will allow me. Right, what's going on with this now? All right, hang on, just give me 1 second. Right, what is going on now? Come on, please change. Oh, come on, computer, don't do this to me. Right, here we go. Okay, right, I'm gonna just jump into the chat real quick, just to see if there's anything in here. Okay, cool, right. So everyone's ready and raring to go, yeah? Okay, good to know that you're with us, Hazel. Okay, nice to know you're here. Mr. Andrew, Grant, good to know you're with us. Lorena, good to know you're here as well. Mary, I haven't spoken to you for a while. Good to know you're with us. Edward, as always, good to know that you're here. Ian, nice to know that you're here. Mark, I told you I'd be back. All right, good to see that you are back. Okay, Gary, nice to know that you are here as well. Okay, cool. Right, so we can all see my screen and everything's all good. Right, let me go back into the presentation now. So I'm going to continue sharing, and we are now going to get into this in a big way. All right, hang on 1 second. Oh, what has happened here? Right, my presentation has just frozen for a minute. Right, just give it a moment. Believe it or not, some of you might have been on the Saturday school with me a few weeks ago where I had some technical issues then. Believe it or not, I've actually got a new computer since then. However, this morning I thought, yeah, let me just use the old one because it's got all my passwords signed in, and it will just be easier to just use the old one. And then lo and behold, I'm having all of these issues, and the presentation has now disappeared. So just give me a minute whilst I try and bring this back up. I don't know why this keeps on happening to me. Right, let me just bring this up, and hopefully it will appear in a moment. Right, it's just coming up now. Right, come on. Right, it doesn't realize that I've actually got loads of people on the call with me right now, and we're just waiting for it to come up. Right, okay. Right. Right, this is a recovered okay. Right. Okay, come on. Right. Almost there, I think. Yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go. Right, okay. Right, let me share the screen now, okay. Okay, right, hopefully this remains like this. Now my internet connection's fine. Yeah, don't worry, you're gonna get the recordings will be available anyway. It's all fine. It's just my computer. It's just my side. I will maybe change computers when we have a little break. I probably will change computers then. Right, so you should be able to see now back in the presentation. You should be able to see my screen. It says 10 laws. The 10 AS law, the SAS laws, okay? That's what you should be able to see right now. So let's get into it, and I'll stop again in a moment to read any of the comments of what you might have, okay? So here we go, okay. So what I'm gonna teach you now is about the laws around becoming financially successful. Now, believe it or not, without following these laws, if we do not follow these laws, you cannot expect to achieve success anytime soon. Now, I don't write the rules, everybody. I don't write the rules. All I do is I play by the rules, okay? I play by them. So in which case, it's like losing weight. You know, nobody makes the rules in terms of eat healthy and exercise. No one's writing those rules, you know, but those are the rules, and we all need to abide by those rules if we want to get, you know, if we want to achieve in that area. Likewise with this, starting with, ladies and gents, we're going to talk about law number 1. Now, like I say, it's up to you. All of this type of stuff, if you embody, if you now really allow what I'm now about to teach you now to become a part of you, I promise you, you cannot not achieve success. However, if you don't, you're going to struggle for a long time. Law number 1 being honesty, everyone. So honesty, you know, what do I mean about honesty? So what I mean when we're talking about honesty, everybody, is, look, where we currently are financially, right here, right now, where we currently are is directly based to how we currently think. So what I mean by that is, you know, I coach a heck of a lot of people, you know, across the Internet Business School and across my Serious About Success brand. You know, there's hundreds, thousands of people within those brands. And the thing is, everyone, is what I get sometimes is, Jay, right? I'm going to do it, yeah? You know, we spoke the other day, right, about affiliate marketing, yeah? And we said that, you know, all we're going to do is this and blah, blah, blah. We're going to get, you know, put out some videos. I was going to do it, Jay. I was going to do it, yeah? But you never guess what happened to me. Oh, man, Jay, you never guess what happened to me. You know, I had to take the dog for a walk. You know, it was my wife's birthday. You know, it's the kids, so I had to do something with the kids. You know, I had to take the dog to the vet. You know, oh, Jay, you never guess what? Oh, you know, my family came over from Canada. There's always something. There's always something there that is, you know, showing us that or trying to block us from achieving success. And this is what we are creating with our own minds, everybody. Yeah? This is what we are creating. Because at the end of the day, if you want to now go on to become successful, you either choose to go ahead and achieve success or you don't. It's up to you. Some of us say to ourselves, oh, the thing is, let me just get all of this ready. I've got a bit of work right now, and I've got this, and I've got that, and I've got this. Let me just get all of that out of the way, then I'll start my business. But the thing is, everyone, is that there's never, ever going to be a time, ever going to be a time where it is now the most convenient time for you to now start your business.
Recording in progress.
It doesn't quite work that way. It's never going to be that time where that's how it feels. You've got the opportunity to just make things happen or not. And I'm saying that I don't think you can actually, I think I'm just logged in. I think you're still seeing the wrong screen. Hang on. I think you're still seeing the, just the front screen. Let me just sort that out. Okay. Right, let's share that entire screen. That should work better. Okay. This should be better. Right, here we go. That's better. Right, much better. Okay. So honesty, we've got to be honest with ourselves. And when I say being honest with ourselves, give ourselves the right coordinates. You know, at the end of the day, we are where we currently are based on us. If you want to now have a bit of a different result, now we've now got to change who we are. We've got to change us. You know, we can't now just, you know, be expecting to remain the exact same people that we currently are, that currently produces the type of income of what you currently produce. You can't remain that exact same person and then go on to get different results. It doesn't quite work that way. But like I say, it's up to you. Honesty is us now really realizing within ourselves that we're not quite there. And the thing is that, you know, the reason as to why we're not there is not because of the wife, it's not because of the job, it's not because of the kids, it's not because of the dog, it's not because of this and that and this and that. The reason why we're not there is because of us. So like I say, we've now got to now, you know, almost rip off that mask and start again and say, you know what, you know, if we was close to achieving success, and guess what? Or if we understood all of this stuff that I'm talking about, guess what? You'd already have your success. But if you don't, then there's a bit of work that we need to do. So law number one, ladies and gents, is honesty, okay? Really, really, really important. Law number two, ladies and gents, is vision. So we've covered off honesty, being honest with ourselves. And next is vision. What does your success look like? So it's all very well that we want to achieve success. Jay, I want this success. You don't understand. Yeah, I want this success. Yeah, Jay, get it. But the question is, well, what do you want to see? You want to go on to achieve a great level of success? All right, fantastic. However, what do you expect to see as a result of your success? So we're doing all of this, but what do you want to buy? So say, for example, a lot of this stuff of what we're teaching here is how to achieve material success. But for what? You know, what do you want to see in your world? You know, what house do you want? What car do you want? What type of holidays do you want? What type of clothes do you want to wear? You know, where do you see yourself in the next 3 years? But don't just have it all up in your mind. It's like, oh, right, yeah, I like the idea of, yeah, I'm going to be a billionaire. Yeah, you don't understand about me, Jay. You know, the important thing is to now start getting this vision out on paper. Create yourself a vision board, right? No doubt you've heard of successful people talking about having vision boards. You know, you might have even heard Simon's story when he's talking about when he mentions about having the when he first bought his first Ferrari, he bought a little model Ferrari and put that on his desk. Yeah, like a little model Ferrari that he put on his desk, and that was, you know, to show that this is what he wanted. So it gave him some clarity. He wanted the Ferrari, and then he had an understanding in terms of how much that desired lifestyle is going to cost him. So what I'm saying is, everybody, is get your vision. You know, create a vision board, you know, as to what it is that you want. So you've got clarity. You've heard this before. Those of you that have done personal development, if you've seen Tony Robbins speak before, you know, or T. Harv Eker or anyone like that, one of the key things of what they talk about is making sure that you've got clarity. Clarity on what you want. Not just, oh, I just want to make money. Yeah, I just want to make money, Jay. You don't understand, Jay. I just want to make money. Yeah, I just want to be rich. Yeah. I just want to be wealthy. I want to be minted. Okay, all right, fine. However, how much is it going to cost you to live your desired lifestyle? If you want to be wealthy, you want to be rich, well, how much does that cost you? Because it is not one figure that fits all. You know, once I've made £100,000, I'm now rich. It doesn't work that way. So in which case, what is it for you? That's why I'm saying it's so important to get your vision, the clarity of your vision. Because once you can see what it is that you want, you then need to work out, well, how much is it going to cost you to live that desired lifestyle? How much is it going to cost you? So in which case, for me, living in the house that I live in, driving the car that I drive, you know, I love going on holidays. I love restaurants, you know, too much, you know, to the point of where I've got to, you know, I don't want to, you know, I'm fed up with restaurants now, to be honest with you. But I know that for me, in order for me to live my desired lifestyle, it costs me £7,894.12 every single month. So provided that I make just under £8,000 a month, I know that I will maintain my financially free lifestyle. You know? Now, fortunately, we're able to do quite a bit more than that, which is great, so that we can do some great things with that money, but you need to get that clarity on what is it for you. You've got to, look, this is where success is. Look, I know that, oh yeah, but just eBay, you know, how do I do the eBay thing? How do I do the Bitcoin thing? Yeah, I get it. And those strategies will work and they will help you. However, if you don't have the clarity around what it is that you want to achieve, if you don't now start getting serious about your success, then I can promise you this, you're not going to get there. And I'm sorry I've got to tell you that, but I'm going to be very honest because that's the type of trainer I am. I've just got to keep it real with you. That if we don't fully understand the other side of things, 20%, this is what people will tell you, 20% comes down to strategy. 80% comes down to your mindset, which includes your clarity and how much is it going to cost you to live your desired lifestyle, stuff like that. Really, really, not just a little bit important. Oh, like, you know, I'll take it or leave it. This is absolutely imperative, and don't take my word for it. This is why it's important to read books from people like Richard Branson and Alan Sugar and all the rest of it. Let's start really understanding how successful people think and how they operate. And then guess what? We might then be able to get a similar level of success or even a quarter of their success, which could be millions of pounds. But we've got to start doing things the way successful people do it. That leads me on to law number 3, which is, ladies and gents, expectation. Okay? So what do I mean by expectation? Now, the thing is that you will achieve, like the amount of money that you generate directly correlates towards your level of expectation. So let's just say, for example, the vast majority of people on this call, we've got lots of people on the call with us. We've got well over 100 people on the call with us right now. And a lot of us will typically generate, give or take, you know, around about £2,000 a month or so, yeah? Around about £2 grand a month, 2 or 3 grand a month. Is typically, I know, look, some of us might be like, hang on a minute, I earn 4 grand, yeah? Look, I get it, okay? Typically, £2,000 to £3,000 a month is typically what we're gonna earn. Now that is based on your level of expectation. And if we do not increase your level of expectation, then it's almost like as if you can't go on to, you know, attract more money into your life, because you are always going to hit our expectation. I'll give you an example. Let's just say, for example, you work 40 hours a week, right? So you're working 40 hours a week. That's 4, 8, 12, 16. That's 160 hours a month. Now, within that 160 hours a month, let's just add on a little bit of commuting. So let's add in an extra 20 hours of commuting. So we're now talking about 180 hours a month that you will work for to make £2,000, for example. Let's just now say if I came to you and said, right, yes, Ian, you know, work 180 hours a month and don't make £2,000 a month, you know, make £1,000 a month. Do you know what you're going to say to me? What? You what? Me? 180 hours a month and make, you know, £1,000 a month? You got to be joking. On your bike, mate. Not me. Never. And the reason why is because I earn £2,000 a month. What do you mean about £1,000? You know, I'll do it for £2,000 because I'm a £2,000 a month type person. Yeah? And that's where your expectation is. Now, let's just say, for example, you know, if we went to somebody who had just come from a country that is not as, I suppose, wealthy as the UK or certain areas in Europe. Let's just say, for example, if we just came from a country somewhere based in a city based in India somewhere, or in the Caribbean, or in Africa, or even maybe certain places in Eastern Europe, and we said to that person, work 180 hours a month to make £1,000. They've just got here. What do you think they're going to say? Yeah, of course, I'll take that. That's good money. Because their level of expectation is a lot different to yours, because they might not have been born and bred in this country, for example. However, if you now come to me and say, Jay, you know, like work 180 hours a month and make £2,000 a month, I'm going to say exactly the same thing as what you're going to say about earning 1,000. Eh? What do you mean? 2,000, you know, you're going to pay me what? A couple of £1,000 a month for 180 hours on your bike? You've got to be joking. And the reason why is because my level of expectation isn't to make 2,000. My level of expectation will be making, you know, for me to be working them sort of hours, you know, my level of expectation would be to generate between 30 and 40 or £1,000 with those hours a month. In a month, that's my expectation. Now, if we now went to Simon Coulson and said, Simon, work 180 hours a month and make £40,000 in that month, do you know what Simon's going to say? Eh? 180 hours for 40 grand? You've got to be joking. Who, me? On your bike? Because his level of expectation is to make £100,000 a month. Yeah? That's his expectation based on his experience. Let's just now say we go to one of the dragons on Dragon's Den and we say, Deborah Meaden, work 180 hours a month and make 100 grand a month. Do you know what she's going to say? Eh? You've got to be joking. Because her level of expectation is to make £1 million a month. Let's just say we go to Richard Branson and say, Richard, you know, work 180 hours and earn £1 million a month. Eh? You've got to be joking. Because his expectation is to make 10 million a month. Let's just now say we go to Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk and say, Elon, work 180 hours a month and make 10 million, eh? You've got to be joking, because his level of expectation is to make 100 million a month. So you're always going to hit your level of expectation. And on occasion, let's just say, for example, if your expectation is to generate £2,000 a month, on an occasion where you might make a little bit more, you know, you might have had a bonus at work, or you just made an extra bit of cash for, you know, you sold some stuff, yeah? What you're going to find is, guess what? The car breaks down in that month that you've made that extra money. The car breaks down. Not only does the car break down, the oven also breaks down, yeah? And maybe even the fridge as well. You know, the kids have got this trip that, you know, they have to go on. What I'm saying is it's almost like as if things need to place itself accordingly to bring you back down to your expectation as to what it is that you are used to. And if you're making extra money, it's like, well, hang on a minute, you're not there yet from a blueprint point of view. You're not there. So, you know, we've got to, you know, and this is what you would do to yourself. You would sabotage yourself unconsciously, you know, to bring you back down to the level of where your expectation is. Like I say, this is where success is, believe it or not. It is, you know, people will say 80% psychology. I say 99% psychology. It really genuinely is. So if you want to now start making more money or be in a position where you can make more money, then you've got to increase your level of expectation. I'll give you another quick example. Those of us that are late, that are always late, every single thing, we're always late, yeah? We can't be on time. However, today, we're going to be on time, yeah? I'm going to be on time. No way, Jay, I'm going to be on time, right? We leave our house on time to get to our destination. Where do these random traffic lights come from? They weren't there yesterday. Where's all this traffic? There's not normally traffic here yesterday or any other day. What I'm saying is, again, if your expectation, even though you want to be early today, you know, your deep-rooted blueprint, what's going on within you, is tuned into late. So that now means that even though you leave your house on time, you've got to arrive at your destination late in order for that to meet your level of expectation. Okay? Absolutely huge, everybody. And again, you know, you're not going to start generating the extra income that you want. This is not necessarily just about, you know, this is not just about getting on the front page of Google. Don't get me wrong, getting on the front page of Google helps a lot, but that's a strategy. How many of you have bought courses before? How many of you have bought my affiliate marketing course, but you haven't made a penny? How many of you have bought the Hemmel's affiliate marketing, never made a penny? How many of you have bought, you know, Stas's chatbot stuff, never made a penny? You know, our internet marketing diploma, never made a penny. How many of you never made a penny out of any of the stuff of what you've invested in? Now, this is not about the training of what we provide, because you know what? I provide a lot of affiliate marketing training, and this is what I've done for years. What it is that we're not always equipped from a mindset point of view to really be able to execute on that training really well. Hence the reason why I will keep on saying I can show you how to get on the front page of Google without fully understanding the psychology of wealth. It doesn't even matter, because I will teach you how to do it, but you're not going to apply it anyway, because you'll give something a shot. You know, you're going to hit a bit of a challenge. Oh, that don't work. And we're going to give up, because we're not used to being persistent. We're not used to really being that entrepreneurial. And I'm going to get into more of that as I go through, okay? So expectation is absolutely huge. So how do you go about increasing your level of expectation? Okay, now my number one tip for success, my number one, people often say, all right, Jay, I love it, sounds good, everything's all sounding good. What is your number one tip for success? Yeah, what is your number one? Influences, okay? Influences. By hanging out with the right people, this ultimately will help you increase your level of expectation. So I'll give you an example. You know, when I first met Simon, so I met Simon Coulson in 2012. Now, before meeting Simon, I used to work for a company called the Peabody Trust. And I used to earn just over £30,000 a year as a manager within customer services. You know, I used to have a nice little Mercedes car, you know, not that I could really afford to put petrol in it, but, you know, at least I had the car, right? So, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm earning 30 grand a year. Check me out. Yeah. You know, I'm earning 30 grand a year with my friends, you know, earning 26 grand, 22 grand. You know, I'm earning pretty much more than everybody else. So check me. I'm the man. Yeah. You know, and that's how it felt, you know. However, the moment I then walked into Simon Coulson's room and realized that a lot of these people were doing £30,000 a month, that's when I thought to myself, you know what? I need to change. You know, I'm playing a small game, a really small game. And up until that point, I was playing a small game, but I didn't realize, because again, in and around the influences of what I had, I'm killing it. I'm doing all right. I'm doing really, really, really well. However, in and around another group of people, I haven't even got started yet. You are going to be influenced by people, regardless whether or not it is positive or negative. You know, I've seen Simon Coulson. So I've seen Mr. Coulson. I've seen this guy make hundreds of thousands of pounds within little over an hour. So in an hour, I've seen him do 200 grand, 300 grand in an hour. And an hour, 90 minutes. No way. So it's like, well, hang on a minute. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at him, right? So when I first met Simon, I said to Simon, look, I want to stick to you like glue. And I meant it. I said to him, look, I want to stick to you like glue. You know, I signed up with one of his programs, his mentoring program that he had at the time. And I said, I want to stick to you like glue. And Simon said to me, yeah. Because do you know the amount of people that we might come across that is like, yeah, Jay, I'm serious. Oh, but hang on a minute. I just got to do this first. I just got to do that. I just got to do this. And then you don't ever see them ever again. You know, and I want to think about the amount of people that you might have done even my training. You might have come on board my training, and you've done a little bit of training with me, and then I don't ever see you again. So when I first met Simon, you know, that's what you thought, that I was going to be another one of those, you know, another one of those that just sort of say, yeah, talk a good game. I want to be there, but then go missing. However, I meant it. So I said to Simon, look, I don't care where you're at. You know, if you are putting on an event and you want somebody to hand out brochures, I'll hand out brochures. If you are putting on the event and you want somebody to be security, I'll be your security. You want somebody to, you know, your driver, I don't care. I just want to be in and around successful people, because I realized that what he knew would rub off on me. So watching Simon make as much as 300 grand in 90 minutes, I'm sitting there thinking, wow, wow, like that is impressive. So it makes my little 30 grand and all my, you know, the other friends that were generating the 26 grand and all of that, it made them look like they weren't even playing a small game. They weren't even playing a minute game. You know, they're playing just a whole different game altogether, you know? So I'm looking at Simon, I'm thinking, well, if you can do it, why can't I? See, this is what you gain from having the right people around you, is if you can do it, then why can't I? And you know what? So what is it that makes Simon Coulson so much more special than me? You know, has he been to like Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge? You know, has he been, you know, has he, you know, worked at NASA? You know, has he done all this type of stuff? Has he been prime minister? You know, and that's what makes him so different to me? Or is he just a normal guy that just understands a bit of a different angle on how to make money? And that's all it comes down to, everyone, is that learning from successful people, what it is that they might have a bit of a different angle on how they go about doing things. So I looked at that and thought to myself, well, again, if he can do it, then so can I. Then you had people like Stas came through. I used to say to Stas, so I trained Stas, and I used to say to Stas, listen, you've got to remain close. Don't disappear. You know, because people say they come and they go. They're hanging about like, yeah, I'm here. But then they disappear. I said, Stas, don't disappear. You know, by hanging out with the right people, by default, you will become successful, by default. Because again, you'll just be influenced in such a way. Remember, this is not just about getting on the front page of Google. If this was just about getting on the front page of Google, how many of our students would have gone on to become millionaires by now? Pretty much all of them. If it was just about getting on the front page of Google, it's so much more than that. So again, we're like, right, okay, you know, Stas, stay close. Ricky, stay close. You know, now they're doing, you know, 5-figure monthly incomes every single month, of course, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 pounds a month, of course, because you're surrounding yourself with winners, people that are doing the same sort of thing as what you want. It then rubs off on you, and then you then start applying in the same way as what we would all do. And then you then start getting similar results, you see? That's how it works. Whereas if you hang out with people that are, oh, well, you don't want to do that, mate. No, you don't want to do that. You know, or, you know, oh, you want to do that affiliate marketing thing, do you, Mary? Yeah. Well, you know what? A friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, you know, their cat's mother's had another owner, and that owner had another dog, and that dog, you know, had some babies, had some puppies, and then one of the owners, their friend's cousin's friend, their wife's dad's girlfriend, they tried that, it didn't work. Yeah. See, this is what can happen when we have the wrong influences around us. You see, we can be influenced either, like I say, positively, but we can also be influenced negatively as well. Yeah. So it's up to you in terms of, well, who are you choosing to surround yourself with? Because this is going to be catalytic towards your success. It's up to you. I'm showing you the game here. This is what I have done. Like, there's no hidden agenda here. There's no hidden, like, you know, this is what you see the people like myself. This is exactly what I've done to get myself in the position that I'm in today. Okay. We've done millions of pounds over the last couple of years alone. How? Nothing to do with, oh, look at me, look at me. No one cares. It's because I surround myself with people that are in the know. You know, likewise, Stas. In fact, Stas has just come up with this strategy for his business and what he's doing. I'm like, Stas, you know, it's working really well for you. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, yeah, Jay, I just did this, I did that. Yeah? Oh, I'll do that then. And guess what? I'm getting a similar type of result, but I wouldn't have known that information if I didn't have Stas to share that info with me. You see? And that's how it works. That's how it goes. No one does it on their own. A lot of you are sitting in your room, in your office at home, or in your living room, or in your kitchen, you know, trying to tap away, right? Yeah, it's not working. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I don't know. No one does it on their own. Simon Coulson hasn't done it on his own. I haven't done it on my own. Stas hasn't done it on his own. Richard Branson didn't do it on his own. No one does it on their own. So if no one else does it on their own, if you're doing it on your own, what are you doing? Why? Why are we not just replicating what successful people do? You know, it's a no-brainer when you really think about it. It's not even, it's a lot easier than what you think it is. You know, once you really now start really owning this stuff, all right? So those are influences. And I would always say, I'm just keeping an eye on time, I would always say, my number one tip for success, not, you know, number 10 or number 9 or, you know, well, it's my third. The number one is who you surround yourself with. And, you know, if we was all wanting to work out and be healthy, guess what? It's a good idea to hang out with people that are healthy and exercise. If you want to be healthy and exercise and you're hanging out with people that are not that are very much the opposite, you know, when you're now about to go out for a run, oh, what's the point in that? You know, look, the football's on later. Look, we're going to get some beers in. We're going to get some fish and chips later. What's the point in going for a run? Well, we've got the football coming on later. What's the point? You know, again, we're influenced. And then that can make us, and if our willpower is not that strong, we can then turn around and say, yeah, in fact, yeah, I can't be bothered to go for a run. Yeah, I really watch the football with everybody else. You know, so it's important, really important. I can't stress it enough, okay? Anyway, moving on. Law number 5, ladies and gents, is to work smart and then work hard. We grow up all of our lives hearing, work hard, work hard, work hard. Jay, you don't understand, you've got to work hard. Well, the thing is, everyone, is look, you know, working hard for me, you know, I believe it is a little bit overrated, to be honest with you. Because, you know, there are loads of people working hard right now. Around the world, there are people working hard. You know, we've got builders out there digging away. You know, we've got people working in mines. We've got people working under, you know, in the ocean. You know, think about the amount of people. You know, we've got caterers, chefs going on right now. You know, busy. You know, it's a nice day here in the UK. You know, so we've got people that are busy. Just think about the amount of people working hard today. However, does that now correlate to them becoming financially wealthy? Because I actually don't think so. It really doesn't. Do you get what I mean? So I would take working smart over working hard any day of the week. I could get you to come around and dig a big hole in my back garden. I need a new swimming pool. You've worked all day, you know, in the heat, and then all of a sudden, you know, UK weather, all of a sudden turns cold, and then it's snowing, and you've been working all day digging a hole in my back garden, and then I'm going to pay you, you know, £100, £150. You've just worked all day, and I've now just given you £150, and nobody would say, oh yeah, you're ripping that person off. That's a really, you know, that's not enough. You know, you've dug a hole in my garden. I've given you 150 quid. What's the problem? Yeah, but you've worked hard. Like I say, I would prefer to work smart any day of the week. So what is working smartly? If you think about it, a lot of the stuff of what we do a lot of webinars, right? So on a Tuesday, you know, and on a Thursday, we might do webinars, right? You know, of which we might even have 400 or 500 people on the call. Okay, so it's a little bit different to our Saturday schools training, which is just trying to give you guys some training. On a Tuesday or on a Thursday, this is where somebody might, you know, give a little bit of training, but then they're now going to sell you a program. Now, if you think about it, the amount of people on that call, say you've got 300 people on the call and 30 people, that's 10% of the people buy for £500. Well, you just made yourself £15,000 in just a little over an hour, however long it takes to do that webinar. You know, like you've just made yourself £15,000 over 90 minutes. Now you're doing that because you're working smartly. Now, a lot of my students that I've trained, you know, directly are doing really, really, really well. We're talking 16, 17, 18,000 pounds a month here. Now, how do you think they got to 17, 18,000 pounds a month? They replicated people like myself and Simon Coulson who work smartly. They replicated that, and as a result of replicating that, they then went on to get the result, similar results of what we would get. So it's about learning how to work smart. So if you're doing an online business, that is working smart, because whilst you are sleeping, you know, you can have people checking out your products and your services and then still going on to buy from you. So in the morning, you can wake up and see how much money you've made. This is what we do every morning. How much money have we made overnight? It's great. It's beautiful. You know, I really like it. So that is working smartly. If you are working for your time, I'm sorry I have to tell you this, everybody, but if you are working for your time, then unfortunately you're not working very smartly. Now, look, you might really enjoy what it is that you do. And if you do, fantastic, you know, crack on, you know, you do what you love to do. It's not about that. You know, what it is about is, if you are working for your time, there's only so many hours in a day. And if you're earning, say, for example, £20 an hour, and you've got to work for 10 hours, then you can only make £200 in that day, you know, over a course of a whole day. So in a week, say you're going to do a 5-day working week, well, that's £1,000 a week. That's £4,000 a month. If you take off the tax on that, you're now probably taking home, you know, £3,000, for example, maybe slightly under. And that's at £20 a month, £20 an hour, which would be considered as a decently, you know, high hourly rate. Yeah? So you're capped. I've just told you that I've seen people like Simon make as much as £300,000 in 90 minutes. If he's working for his time, then he's never going to be able to generate that type of income. So if you're working for your time, like I say, if you enjoy what you do, then good for you, brilliant. However, you're not necessarily working very smartly. You're going to be capped. There's only so much money you can make in a day. I would much rather prefer to get paid based on my results. You know, and there's an illusion here that, oh, well, hang on a minute, your day job is safe. You know, your day job is something different. Whereas, you know, as time is going on with COVID and redundancies and recessions and all the rest of it, you know, it's an illusion. Working for yourself, for me, is always a lot smarter. It's a lot more stable. And at least you're in a position where you can generate your own money, however much you want, once you learn how to really work smartly, really well, and hang out with the right people, okay? Really important. Law number 6, ladies and gents, is mentor, okay? Now, you know, this is not the first time you are hearing somebody say to you that it's important to have a mentor, right? You've heard this before, that, you know, we all have mentors, all of us. You know, none of us do not have a mentor. So say, for example, you know, to get to this position here, Simon Coulson has always been my mentor. But not just my mentor for the first, you know, well, I have them for, you know, first week, couple of weeks, yeah? And then that's it. And then I'm cracking on with on my own again. Look, I've known Simon Coulson now I met Simon in around about April 2012, okay? 2012. Simon is still my mentor to this very day. Every single thing of what I do from a business point of view, I will say, Simon, this is what I'm thinking about doing. What would you do if you was me? You know, I want to make an extra £1 million out of this. What would you do if you was me? Yeah. Simon then says, right, Jay, if it was me, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this, I would do that. I then say, yeah, all right, I'll do that then. Yeah. And that's it. That's it. All the way until you're achieving success. That's it. Replicating, you know, what Simon's done and running it by him and making sure that, you know, that I've got the right guidance. And as a result of that, you go on to become very successful. Success isn't difficult once you get your head around it. And some of us will be like, yeah, but I've heard some of this stuff before, Jay. I've heard this before. No doubt you have. You know, we've heard get yourself a mentor. Let me ask you the same question. Who's your mentor then? Oh, but Jay, well, I haven't got one. Hang on a minute. So we've heard of all this stuff before, but we're not actually now taking action on what it is that we now know. Well, no, Jay, I'm not. Why? Oh, you know, I don't know, Jay. And then we wonder why we're not achieving the success that we want to achieve. You know, it's really straightforward. It's simple. Not just me who has a mentor. Simon Coulson has a mentor. And I've seen Simon around his mentor. You know, and it's really interesting to watch because Simon then becomes the mentor and then goes into the mentee. So to watch Simon as a mentee is really a beautiful sight. It really is. But if you ask Donald Trump, not to get into anything political right now, but Donald Trump has had mentors. Oprah Winfrey has had mentors. Richard Branson has had mentors. You know, all of the Dragons and Dragons Den have had mentors. So the 99% of successful people that you know of have all had mentors. 99%. Don't take my word for it, Google it. So all of these people have had a great level of success. We can all see that they've had mentors. So you want to have a similar level of success, oh, but you don't want to have a mentor because you want to do it on your own. You know, again, I will ask you, you know, how well is that working out? Because if you're now serious about success and you're just like, look, I just want to get there. Like, I can't be bothered with all this messing around. I just want to get there. Come on then. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on then. However, you've got to play by the rules. You want to lose weight, play by the rules. You want to become successful, play by the rules. And if you play by the rules, I can promise you, I can guarantee you that you will achieve success. Yeah? Because you're playing by the rules. Just like if you eat healthy and if you exercise, I can guarantee that you're going to lose weight. I can guarantee it. But the same applies also to making money as well. All right, so that is law number 6. Moving on to law number 7. Right, okay, you are still with me, yeah? Just froze for a moment, okay. Law number 7 is to replicate, okay? So what do I mean by replicate? Now look, if you've got the greatest invention under the sun, and your greatest invention, what it does is, you know, it's a new communication signal. You know, so instead of the mobile phone, it's this other thing here that, you know, flies up in the sky and then digs a hole, you know, goes all through your body and transmits a signal to space. Then it comes back down, it bounces off a satellite in Mars, and then does all this other thing, and then blah, 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 comes all the way around, and then you can just make calls from your finger, yeah? For example, right? This is a brand new invention that no one knows about. The cost of what it's gonna take to educate your market is gonna be substantial. The cost to acquire, you know, the cost, you know, for a new market, it's gonna be substantial, okay? Because you've got to now maybe put on TV adverts, and remember, people are not gonna take notice the first time they see it. So you might have to put out, you know, several adverts, you know, loads of time. That's going to cost you £500,000 alone. You know, then we might have to put out some YouTube ads and all the rest of it, like YouTube, like, so it's visual, so people can see the new invention. You know, so it can cost you a lot. You're in for £1 million before you even made a penny. So when we're starting out a small business, the easiest way for you to make your first £100,000 is just to replicate somebody else that's already doing the same thing. You know, I now provide a lot of mentoring, accountability, you know, really, I'm really serious about success. And I'm really fed up of not everybody achieving the success that they want to achieve. And I know why they're not. I know exactly why. Hence the reason why I do a lot of the training of what I now do. Hence why I'm even doing this. Now, the thing is, everyone, is am I the only person on the planet that is talking about personal development and mindset and what it's really going to take for you to achieve success? Am I the only person on the planet? No, I'm not. You've got other people like Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, that, you know, are doing a similar thing. But you know what? All I'm going to do is see what they're doing. I'm going to replicate, but I'm going to make it better. Yeah, I'm going to make it my own. I'm going to make it better. So that's what replicate means. It doesn't now mean that you are now copying. It just means that you're taking something that's already there and you're improving on it, which then gives it its own USP, its own unique selling point. Because you're replicating but making it better, because it's always going to be a bit different because you're the one that's executing on it now. You know, you're the one that's now bringing it to life. So of course it's going to be a bit different, you know, than what was there initially. Yeah. So law number 7, ladies and gents, is always to replicate. Okay. Law number 8, ladies and gents, is persistence. Okay, gotta be persistent. But the amount of times that we speak with people, I speak with people, Jay, look, I tried it, Jay, didn't I? You know, that new thing, yeah? The new, you know, cash on demand thing, you know, the work with Simon stuff, you know, the high ticket affiliate stuff. Look, Jay, I tried it, yeah, I tried it. Yeah, I put out a Facebook post. No one responded. You know, no one then went on to buy anything. Jay, that don't work. That don't work, Jay. And I'm like, oh, man. Oh. The reason why I'm saying that, everyone, is because no matter what it is that you do, it's always going to require an element of persistence. You are not going to hit a home run the first time you go out to bat. All right? I've said it. You are not going to hit a home run. Who does? Maybe one person in a million goes out and the first thing they try, they make millions of pounds out of it and happy days. However, the vast majority, 99% of other people, it's a trial and error. So you might be starting your online business. You know, you first of all put out your website. No one buys from the website, but the website's looking terrible. You know, that's the reason why it's important to have mentors and the right influences so that you can get the right feedback in terms of what it is that you're putting out. You know, I've seen people that, you know, again, they showed me saying, Jay, look, I put out this Facebook post. That don't work. But when you look at the Facebook post, the pictures are all pixelated and grainy. There's no call to action in any of the, you know, in the post at all. There's no emotion within the post. There's no nothing. You know, they've also done a video. The video is all dark and, you know, and misty. You know, there's no call to action. There's no solid, you know, communication. And then people say, yeah, but Jay, look, this don't work. And I'm like, really? Like, seriously? Like, we're putting out that content and then we're turning around and we're like, what are we looking for here? Are we looking for this get rich quick? All of a sudden, all I've got to do is put out one post. I'm going to make 10 grand. You've got to be joking, right? So all of this stuff, everything that you've seen me do, Stas do, Simon do, Ben do, Hemel do. You know, I remember when Hemel, you know, those of you that know Hemel, when he first came into it. Again, I trained Hemel on affiliate marketing. You know, however, the difference is that when I give him some direction, he would then be like, yeah. He would then go away, he would try it, and then he would even adapt it a little bit to his own style. Hence why he's now gone on to become really successful, because he stayed in the game. He didn't just try one thing. He tried what we were saying, but then he tried this, he tweaked that, he tweaked this, and then before you know it, he started generating a heck of a lot of money. So that's very important, everyone, is that you've got to remain in the game. You've got to be persistent. The way I always break this down is like, you know, we are a runaway train, yeah? I love this analogy, okay? And at the end of the runaway train is our vision. Law number 2 is our vision. And we are that runaway train. We are the captain of the runaway train. And we're now going. We're on the train. We now get the train going. Now we're going. We're picking up speed, and we're going all the way down to our vision at the end of the track. However, we've been going for 2 miles now, and now there's a log on the track. The log is a metaphor for a problem, for a challenge. Facebook's not approving your account. YouTube has shut down that video. You know, you can't get certain things to appear on your website. So this is the representation of that log that is on the track. So some of us, this is what some of us are doing. We're that runaway train. We're going. We now see the log. Right, let's stop the train. Yeah, let's stop the train. Let's stop the train. Right, let's get off the train. Let's now have a look at the log. Right, yeah, it's a big log, isn't it? It's a big log, yeah. Right, what are we going to do? Oh, don't know. All right, tell you what, let's go home. Let's have a cup of tea and we'll come back later, yeah? They go home, have a cup of tea. 2 weeks later, the log's still there. What are we going to do? Don't know. Let's go back home. Let's have some more tea and then we'll come back. 2 weeks later, we come back. The log's still there. What are we going to do? Don't know. You know? Oh, well, it don't work then, obviously, yeah? Oh, it just don't work. We might as well give up. It don't work. Whereas some of us will be on that track. We are that runaway train, and we are going. We see that log on the track. Guess what? We go blasting straight through that log. I tell you the reason why, because we are going to our vision, and we don't care what is going to try and get in our way. We are going, and we are not going to stop until we get there. Further down the track, we see the abandoned car. Guess what? We go blasting straight through that as well. That's what entrepreneurs do. Yeah, you want to be a really good entrepreneur. Well, come on, man. But this is what we do. We get on the track and we're not getting off until we get to where it is that we want to be. Like I say, so many of us, it's so easy to fall off track and then turn around and say that don't work, because we're looking for a get-rich-quick button that, unfortunately, everybody, does not exist. The reason why, look, you know, we might see stuff, you know, and it's like, oh, yeah, all you've got to do this, you know, this trading Forex thing, yeah? And all we got to do is just do this and spend, you know, 10 minutes a day and you'll be making all this money. Well, who really does that? I'm not saying that, look, after you've got a lot of experience and stuff, that you can't get to a point where, you know, that's your lifestyle. But, you know, who does that from the very beginning? Who do you know? Now, the reason why you don't know anyone that just jumps on board the trading thing and works 10 minutes a day and makes, like, you know, 200 grand a year, the reason why you don't know anyone that does that is because it's not realistic. You know, people don't achieve that. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying that after a period of time that you can't get to that position, but straight away, no way. But this is what we're looking for sometimes, that magic button. That, all right, you know, I need that button, Jay, and without that button, oh, that don't work. If there was a magic button, everyone and their dog would be pressing it, including me. And then I will then go and tell my friend. You know, my friend then tells his friend. You know, his then friends tells all their family. Their family then all tells the rest of the family. Then they all tell the friends, and then them friends, they all tell the family. Before you know it, if there's this magic button, it will spread like wildfire. And then people will be like, yeah, I just jumped on board this thing. Yeah, and all I did is boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and I made all this money. Yeah. It will spread like wildfire. Do you know the reason why nothing spread like wildfire? Because it don't exist. And if you're serious about success, I'm not saying that anything, it doesn't work. Of course it works. But you've got to now become that entrepreneur. And that's what this comes down to. You want to achieve success, will come and then, but who do you need to become? That's really, really, really important, everyone. Who do you need to become? And the person that I'm speaking to right here, right now, you currently produce the results for your life that you currently produce. If you want to now achieve different results, well, what does that person look like? The person that I was working in the day job, and then even prior to that, the guy that I used to live in a squat, I can promise you now that the guy at 40 years old now is a heck of a lot different to, the guy living in a squat 20 years ago. A heck of a lot different, yeah? So who do you need to become in order for you to get to where it is that you want to be? Law number 9, ladies and gents. All right, is this going to work? What's going on now? All right. Where's my presentation? Right, here we go. Hang on. All right. What's going on now? Come on, computer, don't do this to me. Right, law number 9, when it comes up, it's going to be education, okay? I don't know why this is doing this to me. All right, it's going to be education. Here we go, right. So better late than never. So law number 9 is education. And education is the key to success, okay? Yeah, it was frozen. Thanks, Lorena, but it should be all right now. Hopefully you should see it now. I've got a separate little screen to the left of me so I can see what you guys can see. So I know when it's frozen and stuff like that. So education is the key to success, okay? Perfect, thank you, Ankari. Education is the key to success. So what that basically means, yeah, is that, there's never gonna come a time that you're not educating yourself. However, we don't need to buy every single thing under the sun. Sometimes we used to, prior to COVID, we would run loads of events where we get loads of speakers and, different people are selling different things and stuff. Sometimes, and this might even be some of us on the call right here, right now, sometimes we go and buy every single thing that we can go and buy. Why? Because we're hedging our bets. We're saying, right, okay, if we buy the trading course, if that doesn't pop off, if I also buy the affiliate marketing course and the e-commerce course and the Bitcoin course and the property course, and if the trading thing doesn't work, I'm sure the affiliate thing will work. And if that doesn't work, then the property thing's going to work. So we're trying to hedge our bets. However, the problem with doing that is that you don't ever really actually put any real major focus into any real major area. So you don't end up really going on to generate any extra income at all, because you put a little bit of focus here, a little bit of focus there, a little bit of focus here, a little bit of focus there. Whereas what we would say is get one particular area. If that's affiliate marketing, for example, to say it's affiliate marketing, right, now burn the bridges from everything else and let's now go to town with that one product. And you keep at it until you bring it to fruition, until it starts generating you income. Now, on occasions where you might then need to buy another product, we're not now going to go and buy the property course. Why would we do that? We might then go and buy the Facebook course because that's going to complement what we're doing as affiliate marketers. We then might go and buy the YouTube course because that's going to, complement what we're doing as affiliate marketers that we can apply to what we are doing right here, right now. Why are we now going to go and buy the property thing or the Bitcoin thing? Why would we do that? So say, for example, my business is Serious About Success. Feel free to Google us, seriousaboutsuccess.com, yeah? And that's my business. It's a mentoring program where I'm getting people to where it is that they want to be. And that's it. No messing around, yeah? That's what we're serious about success here. No more messing around. I actually got to a point where I'm fed up, of certain things. So that's why I do what I do now. So in which case, obviously, we're trying to attract new clients at all times. Why am I now going to go and buy the property course or the Bitcoin course? Why would I do that? That's going to take my focus away from Serious About Success, right? So in which case, but I might buy the YouTube course. In fact, right now, right here, right now, I'm about to invest in some YouTube training because I'm going to apply that to Serious About Success. some further YouTube training. So all I'm saying is that make sure that you are buying things, you know, that are in accordance to what's next in front of you, not another money-making, you know, system that, you know, you may or may not apply anyway. You know, if we've done it before, you know, what's the point in keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different result? Yeah? This is now about, look, you know, educating yourself, yes, but only to, you know, what's in front of you at any one time. Right, finally, we have now got to my final law, which is my actual favorite law, okay? So the number one law was honesty, because you've got to be honest with yourselves. You've got to realize that where you are. And if we're, you know, in any state of delusion, it's like, well, no, the thing is, I'm really there. I'm there. But it's the only thing is, it's just, you know, that guy, Simon, it was him. Yeah, he's the one that messed me up. You know, we've got to remove that, any of that delusion, and recognize that we are where we are based on us. You know, we are manifesting our own world. So, you know, it's based on us. That's law number one, which is honesty. My number one tip for success is law number 4, which is influences. But my favorite law is this, because on our way towards achieving success, we're going to have the right vision, we're going to have the right influences, we're going to have the right mentor, we're going to educate ourselves, we're going to replicate, we're going to work smart. But in addition to all of that stuff that we've just been covering, we are also prepared to do whatever it takes. Yeah, whatever it takes. And when I say whatever it takes, I am talking from an ethical point of view here. I am not talking about robbing banks or ripping people off or anything like that, okay? I am talking ethical, law-abiding. But if we are now also prepared to do whatever it takes, look at it, look, how can we fail? How can you? You can't. And this is my whole point, that if you want success, well, come on then, but you've got to play by the rules. Otherwise, you know what? This is going to be another one like, yeah, sounds good, yeah. You know, right, yeah, anyway, let's do the, you know, let's do Saturday school next week. Oh, what's the topic this time, man? Yeah, it's about, you know, autoresponders. Oh, right, interesting, yeah. And then the following week, oh, it's about, you know, something else. Yeah, oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. But we're never, ever really going to get to where it is that you really want to be. Because, again, we can teach strategy all day long. You know, if you're not really going to, you know, take care of all the mindset side of things, you know, all the other side of things, if you're not going to do that, well, that's why you're going to struggle, because that's where your success really is, believe it or not. I abide by all of these rules. Simon Coulson abides by all of these rules. Stas does, Hemel does, Oprah Winfrey does, Richard Branson does, you know, Alan Sugar. You know, we all abide by these rules here. I was watching something the other day. It was on a YouTube channel called Lad's Bible, yeah? It's about sport and all this type of stuff, right? And it was talking about a young guy that went from 0 to a billionaire within a few years. He's the owner of like a gym, it's called Gymshark, and he's the owner of that brand. You want to hear his story? Now, when I listen to these people's stories now, all I can see, all I can hear, yeah, is honesty. All I can see is their vision. All I can hear is their expectation that is complemented based on their influences. All I can see is how much they work smart. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Ben Francis, that's right. You know, work smart. So yeah, look it up. You know, he's on YouTube. Just type it into YouTube. Ben Francis is on Lad's Bible, yeah, I love it, yeah. But again, I study success. So as a result of that, of course, I'm going to listen to what he's saying, and I'm going to hear all of this within what he's saying. And then we've still got loads of people that are, you know, look, you know, they want to become successful by, you know, what I'm going to do, Jay, just that affiliate thing. No, it's all of this. This is where your success lies. Okay? Cool, right. I hope that makes sense, everyone. Look, take a picture of that. It's the last time I'm going to show this, okay? We're not going to cover this again. So take a picture of that if you want to. Write it all down. You know, this is your blueprint. This is your, you know, if you eat healthy and if you exercise, you will lose weight. That's what this is. The rules around becoming successful. All right. But it's not just about reading it. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Everyone knows that, mate. Yeah, don't do that. Yuck. Everyone knows that, mate. How much of this do we own? How much do you do? Everyone knows how to lose weight. Everyone knows, you know, how to have a successful relationship, you know, be romantic. You know, everyone knows these things. How much of this stuff do we own? And that's the point. You've got to own it, be it, live it. And if you can do that, then you will see the success in your life. But it's up to you, completely up to you. Yeah, you can probably see that. I really love this stuff, right? This is me, yeah? Big time, right? Okay. So what about your financial blueprint? We'll take a break it's 11:15 now, so we've been going just over an hour. We'll take a break in about 15 minutes, yeah? 15 minutes, 45 minutes, sorry, 15 minutes to half an hour. We'll go on a quick break, okay? Okay, so in fact, after this little section here, okay, we'll go on a break. So what is your money personality, your financial blueprint? Now, believe it or not, everyone, if you look back to your upbringing, you will see a lot of patterns and traits that you have now that have been picked up whilst during childhood. Yeah? So what I mean by that, believe it or not, yeah? Or for example, shall I say, when I was growing up, I grew up in a household and my mother was a single parent family. She was doing the best that she possibly could, bless her. It was a single parent family. My mum used to have to work 2 jobs. She used to work at radio rentals. For those of you over the age of 40, you probably might remember radio rentals. She worked in radio rentals, and then she also done some cleaning part-time, okay? Of which, you know, again, you know, she struggled to make ends meet. So I grew up, you know, hearing, Jay, money doesn't grow on trees. Look, you know, what am I, made of money? You know, it's all right for those people over there, them stinking rich people over there. You know, money's even the root of all evil. You know, also if these people are successful, it must mean because they've done something unlawfully, and that's why they've made all that money. So what I'm saying is that growing up, and it wasn't my mum's fault, I'm not blaming her because obviously she grew up, you know, under my grandparents' thoughts and around money and stuff. So she grew up in that environment. And then my grandparents grew up in another environment. So what I'm saying is that it's a vicious cycle that goes round and round and round and round and round. And we get to a point of we just now start projecting our thoughts and our insecurities. We start projecting those thoughts onto our loved ones, our children. So then they grow up and then they then take on board that same ideology that we had. So that then meant that, you know, me growing up, you know, in my late teens, when I decided that I didn't want to live in a family home anymore, you know, and I had to go and live in a squat, you know, well, this is kind of what I expected. Is I was never expecting to have a lot of money. I was never expecting to, you know, be able to make ends meet because I've never seen it. So, you know, me now living in a squat, it's like, well, you know, I was able to get job seekers allowance. Don't know if it's still called that, but I was able to get my JSA. Every 2 weeks, I'd get £80 every 2 weeks. And I would literally live off them little hot dog baked bean tins, you know, the little Happy Shopper hot dog with a maybe a little egg in there as well, you know, little all day breakfast things. And I used to live off that. That was my existence because I didn't believe that we was worthy. I didn't believe that people like us was able to make any money, you know, people from my background, people from my culture. I didn't believe that, you know, because, you know, again, this is what was drummed into me from an early age. However, as I started getting older, I started thinking to myself, well, actually, is this what I really believe? Do I really believe that money is the root of all evil? Because I'm coming from a different generation and I don't actually believe that. However, I would still find myself saying, yeah, but money doesn't grow on trees. Yeah, but look at those stinking rich people over there. Filthy rich. How many people use that connotation? Yeah, filthy rich. All of these negative connotations around money. Do you know what that does? All it does is it programs you internally for you to stop achieving or stop being able to work towards what it is that you really want. This is where you're now going to start sabotaging yourself. And I realize this firsthand. Because if you've now grown up with negative connotations around money, stinking rich, money is the root of all evil, filthy rich, all of this type of stuff, well, you don't want to be stinking, do you? You don't want to be deemed as being evil, do you? You don't want to be filthy, do you? However, deep down, you've got these connotations around money with these negative sort of thoughts. Like, but you probably can't think it like, you know, conscious minded, oh yeah, I want to make all this money, but deep rooted within you is money is the root of all evil. And that's the truth. That's what's really running you, not what's in your conscious mind. You know, what's really running you is what's inside. And if at any point you believe that money is the root of all evil, then guess what? You will sabotage yourself to stop you from achieving money, because remember, deep rooted within you, money is the root of all evil. And within you, you're going to try at all means to stop yourself from becoming evil, because that's not what you want for you, deep down. So this is where we sabotage a lot. This is why, you know, we're so close to achieving our success sometimes. Oh, but I can't do it. Why? Oh, I haven't got enough money for it. Oh, well, I can't do it then, can't do it. Can't do it then. Whereas if it was something else, like your kids or, you know, a holiday with your friends, then you would always have the money for it. But if it came down to achieving more financial success that was real, like mentoring or something like that, oh, well, I haven't got the money for it. And like I say, the only reason why we haven't got the money for it, because there's an element of sabotage where we don't believe within ourselves that if we now take on board that extra little bit of training, we don't actually really believe that we, or really feel comfortable with really achieving success, to be honest with you. This is where you want to now start really thinking about your own financial blueprint. When you go into a shop, do you walk into a shop, see something that you can't afford to buy, and then walk out of that shop saying, well, I can't afford it, can I? I can't afford it, what am I supposed to do? I can't afford it. Because that's not what a successful person will do. A successful person will walk into that shop, they will see that they can't afford it, and then they'll walk out saying, oh, you know what? What do I need to do to be able to come back next week, Tuesday, and buy this product? I will never, ever, ever go without. Ever. I'm not saying I can afford everything, because I can't. However, I'm not allowing, you know, a limitation within my mindset. You've got to be joking. What have I got to be able to do in order for me to be able to get that? You know, I have a very nice house now. What have I needed to do in order for me to get this house? You know, likewise the cars, you know, and likewise other aspects. It's not always about materialistic, you know, but other aspects as well. But I want you thinking about you and what is your relationship like with money, because believe it or not, I know this. I've spoken to some of you. I've spoken to a lot of you at some point over the years. And it's easy to hear it in how you speak, whether or not you've got limitations that are going to stop you from achieving success or not. You know, sometimes I will speak with people and it's like, it's clear, it's easy to see. Is this freezing again? No, is it all right? Okay, no, it's all right. Hopefully it's right, yeah. So, again, we speak to lots of people and it's like, you know, you can easily see who is going for it, who's up for it, who's ready for success. But then you can also hear it in people when, you know, it's a nice idea, you know, but deep down, we're not going to get there because we've got so many barriers in front of us. Oh, but I can't do it, Jake, and I don't have the time, do I? Oh, I've got to go to work, so I can't do it because I've got work to do. I haven't got enough time in the day. Oh, I can't do it because of the kids. I can't do it because of my family. I can't do it because, you know, I don't even believe in myself. You know, I can't do it because, you know, there's always a can't. You know, I can't do it because I was going to do it. But the thing is, sabotage, 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 sabotage. And if you think about it, a lot of you have been on this journey for a while. I recognize your names. I know you've been around for a while. I want you to achieve success. Why? Because you want it. You show up, you show up, you're listening to me speak. I want you to achieve success, but I know that unless you really fully, embody a lot of the stuff of what I'm talking about today, I know it's going to be difficult for you. Of course. Because we're still thinking that, all I've got to do is just do this Amazon thing, and this Amazon thing is going to give me all the answers. But it's not. I'm not saying the Amazon thing doesn't work, but are you that person to execute? Or are you allowing all of these things to hold you back? I don't have enough money. Barrier. All right, we don't achieve the success then. I don't have enough money for my website. I don't have enough money for my training. I don't have enough money for mentoring. I don't have enough money for ads. All right, we don't become successful there. Remember, if your child needed something, you could raise the money, no problem. If it was for something else, it wouldn't be an issue. But because it's this, sabotage. Yeah? And that's what we do. Anytime we make up a reason, the reason why is this or that, it's because we're struggling and we can't see it. And my job here is to shine the light so that you can see it. And that's all my job is here to do. Success leaves clues, everybody. Yeah? It leaves clues. So, one of the other things is that we now want to go on to make 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month. Who have you ever seen growing up making that type of money? Did mum make that money? Did your dad make that sort of money? What about uncles or I'm talking about close friends here. I'm not talking about everyone had a friend of a friend of a friend whose dad was rich or mum was rich. Everyone had that, but I'm talking about close relationships here. Who have you had in close relationships of where you've seen your mum and dad making 20 grand a month? And then now you've become an adult and you're like, oh yeah, I want to make 20 grand a month. Do you know what's really going on inside you? Your blueprint? Oh yeah, of course you are. Oh yeah. Like, yeah, really? Because you've never seen it. So that's why sometimes we find it a little bit hard. We find it challenging. We've never seen it. Whereas if we see it, if we grow up around it, it's like rich kids. When they grow up and their mum and dad are, they see it. So that then means it's easier for them to continue with it because they can see it. They know it's believable. Once upon a time, if you would have come to me and said 10 grand a month, I would have been like, if you might as well say $1 billion a month. Because I'm just used to, 2 grand a month, £1,800 a month, £1,500 a month. I can work with that. 10 grand a month, yeah, all right. 20 grand a month. So this is what I'm saying. If you haven't seen it and now you're trying to trick yourself into, all right, yeah, I can do that too. I'm not saying that you can't. However, you've got to surround yourself with people that are doing it so you can see that it's possible for you. But you've got to get close to these people. Not just, all the way over there. We can all watch TV and see Jeff Bezos. What successful person knows your name? Who knows, and they know your name and knows how to get the best out of you. That's what mentoring is, proper mentoring. And this is what can help change your financial blueprint. This is what we've all had. If you haven't seen it, what makes you think that you can now go and do it? I'm not saying that you can't, but there's elements that contribute towards it making it easier for yourself. My daughter, a lot of you will know that I've got a daughter. She's 8 years old and she is everything to me. I don't want her growing up in the same way that I grew up. So my daughter, I will bring her to our finance meetings. I will say to my daughter, right, okay, this is how much money we made this month. I get her to see it, see the numbers. I get her to add it up. All right, so across our property company and our other trading company, across affiliate marketing, how much money have we made this month, Sky? And I want her to see it. Anytime I've got any big lump sums of cash, I will take pictures with her with the cash in her hand because I want her to see it and feel it. So when she gets older and we're talking about 30 grand a month, it's like, what do you mean? Well, that's standard. What do you mean? My dad does that all the time. What do you mean? You see? And that's it. Again, it's like, well, what are we now projecting onto our children? And again, look, we don't always know what we don't know, but now I'm showing you. It's your duty to now learn all of this stuff so that you can then pass this on to your loved ones. All right? So what we're going to do, everyone, is we are going to do a little exercise, okay? And we'll take a bit of a break now whilst we're doing this exercise. We'll do it for about 15 minutes or so, okay? And one of the things of what I want you to be thinking about whilst we do this exercise is I want you to be thinking about what was your family or your guardian's relationship like with money? Why do you feel that you're not as successful, financially successful as what you want to be like now? But what was their relationship like with money? I just explained what my mum's relationship like with money was. Hence the reason why I then grew up and all I could think about is money is the root of all evil. You know, and that then had an impact on my life until I realized that, you know what? I think I can get more out of my life than this. I don't believe that these thoughts are mine. And that's when I started seeking something different. But I want you to just think, and this is just for you. This is not for me, this is for you. Because again, it's your blueprint that is going to either make or break you. And if you're going to try and just use brute force to get over your blueprint without really trying to identify what's really going on, again, you're going to struggle. Because your blueprint is strong. Your conscious mind is something different. Your blueprint is strong because this is who you are that has been built up over years and years and years. You know? So I want you to give that some thought, okay? We're going to do a quick exercise because I want to get an idea in terms of where you are at with money right here, right now. Okay, right here, right now. So we're going to do this little exercise of which we're going to identify what is your relationship like with money. Yeah? Are you tuned in for success or are you tuned in for not achieving success? So let's do a quick exercise here. We'll take about 10 minutes for this and have a quick break as well. Okay, it's not long at all. But all I want you to do is I'm going to pop this link in the chat. All right. Hopefully this thing is going to maintain. It's not going to stop doing what I need it to do. Right. Okay. Let me. Oh, it's frozen. Oh, this thing is killing me. Right. Let me see if I can pop it in the chat from here. Right. Okay. Yeah, I can. Right. Send it to everyone. Okay. So I'm going to pop it in the chat. So just go to this link here in the chat. https / bit.ly / SAS money. Okay, right. I'll just pop this in the chat. Let's make sure I've got the right spelling, yeah. Right, I'll just pop that in the chat. So if you just look in the chat real quick, you should be able to see what I just put in there, okay? What that's gonna do, oh, it's sharing now, brilliant, okay. What that's gonna do is that's gonna take you to a form, okay? And all I want you to do is fill out this form, all right? Okay. So all I want you to do is fill out that form. So I've just popped it in the chat, click on that link, or you might have to highlight it. Actually, let me try to do it again. CPS / bit.ly / SAS money. All right, is that going to be hyperlinked? Yeah, it's hyperlinked now, okay? So it's hyperlinked in the chat, all right? So just go onto that, click on that link, and it's going to walk you through a bit of a questionnaire about money and your relationship with money. Now, what I also want you to do is as you go through each section, it's going to ask you for as you go out, it's going to ask you for a number. So it's going to say things like, look, on a scale 1 to 10, you know, how envious do you see when somebody's driving a nice car, how envious of them are you on a scale of 1 to 10? You've got to give yourself a little score, okay? Give yourself a little score of what that would be. But what I then also need you to do is make a note of your score. Make a note of it. Because I've got another, so each section, right, I've given myself a 2, write that down on a bit of paper. I've now given myself a 5, write that down on a bit of paper. I've now given myself a 6, write that down on a bit of paper. The reason why I'm asking you to do that is because The next thing of what we're going to do is we're going to look to see what category you fall into. You know, so if you scored within 101 and 155 or something like that, you're going to fall into this category. You know, if you scored in the next one down, you're going to fall into that category and that category and that category. Now, the thing is that form, it won't add it up for you automatically itself. Okay, it won't add it up automatically. That's why I'm saying you've got to make a note of each score that you give yourself and then add it up at the end. And then we're going to see what section you fall within. All right. So let's take a little bit of time to do this. So it is now 11:38. If we take until 11:50, yeah, if we go into 11:50, I'm going to try and sort my computer out whilst we're doing this. So if we go to 11:50, and then, so go and grab yourself a cuppa as well, 11:50, and then we will see what all of these actually mean, okay? We'll see what it all means, all right? So let's take a little bit of time. Do feel free to pop in the chat anything you're not sure of, any question that you've got, feel free to just let me know in the chat, and I can answer any questions here whilst I'm trying to sort out the rest of my computer, all right? So go ahead, click on that link, fill in the form. Please don't forget to make a note of your scores and then add them up at the end. It won't do it all for you. So as you go through each section, make a note of your score, and then it will add it up at the end. All right. Right. Whilst we're doing that, I'm going to try and sort this out again once and for all, if it's going to work. Right. I'm going to come off for the minute. I'm going to go on mute for the minute whilst I do this. Saves me talking to myself and you hearing it all. So look, we've got until 11:50. All right, and we'll continue in a moment. All right. So here we go. Okay. Good question there. Rave S, what is your morning routine like to keep you on track? Look, I'm a very routine person, really routine. You know, so that then means, you know, first thing that I do in the morning, you know, I like to work out, and you know, and I set my plan for the day, and you know, I don't like waking up early though. I don't really do the early morning starts, but I might finish a bit later. But I don't really like waking up early. I don't really do that. But I will always try and make sure I know what I'm doing from the night before. So it's almost like I set the to-do list from the night before, all right? Right, anyway, hopefully everybody has had a chance now to do all of that. Right, let me jump back into the presentation. Right, so let's share the screen. Let's see what you can see. All right, let's jump into here. Right, voila, right, okay. So we're back into it now. Okay, right, so what does all of this mean now then? Let me just make sure that a lot of you have been able to fill this in. Make sure that we've, yeah, okay, there's loads of you that's done it. All right, perfect. All right, so you've all, majority of you have done it, okay? Right then, so what does it mean? Let's have a look, okay? Right then, so a lot of you, some of you, it will always be the way, yeah? It's always the case. Some of us would have scored between 33 and 107. Now, remember, you should have been adding up all of the little numbers of what you've got. To, you should have been adding up each, making a note of each score as you go past, and then add it all up the end, okay? Now, if you fell within 33 and 107, which some of us would have done, you know, again, look, a lot of this is about being honest. And look, I'm loving, you know, your honesty, because remember, this is not about me here. It's no one else is seeing. It's not like, oh yeah, we're gonna, you know, announce this to everybody. This is just for you. So the more honest you can be for you, the better. So what that basically means is that if you fell within 33 and 107, then you may need to look at your beliefs around money. Perhaps you are feeling unworthy to be successful, or you are still stuck with old, unsupported belief systems. Okay? This is where money doesn't grow on trees. And money is the root of all rich people. Sorry, money is the root of all evil. Filthy rich. Negative, unsupportive beliefs around money. Now, look, the fact that you're here listening to me shows that you are on track. And it shows that, you know, you are serious about really trying to change your mindset around these things, okay? But what I'm saying is that, look, you know, if we're still here, we you know, we might have to do a bit of work in terms of, you know, just the truth around money. You know, that it's not necessarily evil. You know, I know plenty of successful people, and you know, these people are very, very, very nice people, to be honest with you. Money, a lot of the time, amplifies who you already are. If you are a bit of an idiot anyway, and you are a bit of a rip-off merchant, and you're just not a nice person, then making a load of money will probably just exaggerate that. If you are a big giver, you know, and you want to give to charities, and you can, you know, you're that type of a person, chances are you'll be even more so, because you now have more money to even contribute. So it just amplifies who you are. Now, if you fell within the section 108, which the majority of us would have fallen between this section and the next one. So if you fell within 108 and 181, you may find yourself being stuck with attracting money. We have made some progress towards money making, but you may not yet be open to all of the abundance that is there for you. So it's just giving you an idea of where we currently are. The thing is that if we already knew all this stuff and we owned it, then guess what? Chances are we'd already have the financial results in our bank account, you know, and that's typically how it works, yeah? But if we haven't got the financial results as yet, chances are there's a little bit more work that we need to do, okay? So again, a lot of you would have fallen within that category as well, all right? Then we've also got 182 and 255. This means that you are actually moving forward to attracting more money. So a lot of you would have fallen within this section here as well. Okay, so you are moving forward to attracting more money, and that doesn't surprise me because you're here with me on this webinar right here, right now. Now, if you score 256 or above, then you should already be a multi-millionaire, because all of your mindset, everything is gearing towards that. You have got the mindset of a multi-millionaire. Now, the thing is that if you've got the mindset of a millionaire, then you would already be a millionaire. So if we did score above 256, then it might be worth having a look back over some of them other questions to think, you know, to see, all right, is this really where I'm at? You know, am I being as honest as I possibly can with myself? I'm not saying you're not. Of course I'm not. But what I am saying is that, remember, there's one thing, knowing versus owning. And one of the key factors is us knowing who we are, knowing where we are right now. You know, and I'm just the person here to shine the light. You know, we coach loads and loads of people that are all doing really well, but my job is to shine the light on who you really are right here, right now, and then give you some direction on where you should and shouldn't be going, and then, you know, really supporting you all the way to get there, you know. But like I say, you know, we all got to start from somewhere, okay? So feel free to take a picture of that. You know, if you didn't manage to get through all of the questions, then make a note of this, or just take a picture of this, and then you can do it later. You know, feel free to just go back to that link of what I put in the chat, and you can do it later. And see where you come out in relation to all of this. All right? Cool. Right then. So you've all taken a bit of a break as well, yeah? So Lorena, I'm expecting you went and got your cup of tea, which is all good, because I don't have too long with you now. I've only got another half an hour, or just over half an hour with you. So I've got quite a bit of info to go through, okay? Right, so what about things like procrastination, fear, and lack of consistency? What about areas like that? So what am I talking about? What do I mean? Let's start with procrastination. What do I mean by procrastination? Me procrastinate? Never, Jay. This is where, you know, sometimes some of us struggle to get started. Or what happens is that we put things off and off and off. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna do it on Monday. All right, Monday comes around, I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it on Monday, right? I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on Wednesday. Wednesday comes around, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But I'll do it next Monday. Yeah? That's what procrastination is. When we're putting things off and off and off and off. Even in certain cases, we don't even, you know, get anything done because we're procrastinating so much. But one of the things to really consider about procrastination and how to go about conquering it, the biggest question that I'll ask you is, What is your reason why? Why are you doing this? Why are you attending? Edward, why are we attending every Saturday school every week? You know, why? For what? You know, what is this? Why are you on this journey? When I was growing up, I grew up in an environment where, as I mentioned, money wasn't really free flowing. And I didn't do the greatest in my GCSEs and stuff. And, you know, I think I got like a C, some D's, E's and F's. You know, them days there, I was much more concerned about being cool, you know, being the top guy, being the most popular guy, and, you know, one of them guys. So that then meant that, you know, I didn't do very good with my grades. You know, my uncles in my family hadn't always been, you know, the most law-abiding, if you like. And I was tarnished with that brush. Jay, you're going to be nothing more than your uncles. You're going to be just like your uncles. Jay, you're not going to really amount to much. Why don't you just try and get yourself, you know, just a little job, you know, and, you know, try and maybe work your way up in like B&Q, you know, or somewhere like that. You know, just start out, you know, where you can start. And that's what it was for me, you know. In addition to that, I was always told, I was always said, like, I'm like, you know, when I started to think to myself, well, no, I want to be successful. Oh, you're going to be successful, are you, Jay? All right, everyone, Jay says he's going to do this. So that gave me a lot of reason why. Because I was like, you know what? F to all of you, yeah? You know, that's not me. You're going to try and put me in a corner. No way. No way. I'm going to go and I'm going to be all I can be, and I'm going to show you all. And that was my drive, my determination to prove to everyone in my family that was close to me, that doubted me, I wanted to show them something different. I also realized that I've got one experience of being Jay Anthony Hastings, just one experience in life of being who I am. And I want to live that experience. I want to feel it. I don't want to look back at 102 years old and say I coulda, shoulda, woulda. No way. So I had that, you know, everyone's doubting me. And then I have, look, this is my one life. You know, I'm working for Church and Insurance at these days. And it's like, look, you know, all these executive directors and everything, everyone's making money. You know, what about me? You know, I've got one experience of life. What about me? Yeah, as well. And then my daughter came into this world as well. And my daughter looks up to me. So it's like, you know what? I've got to be all I can be so that my daughter, so I give my daughter permission for her to be all she can be as well. Because remember that children will not necessarily watch what you do, they will do what you do. So I wanted to be a very good example. So that gave me a very good reason why. So that was it. I had a strong reason why. So what's your reason why? Why are you doing this? Because if you ever suffer with procrastination, if you've got a strong enough reason why, well, it can't live in that procrastination. It can't. I was watching a documentary recently about a guy that was living in India with his family, and they was, you know, really poor, living on a rubbish heap in India. The mother would wait until all of the trucks would come by past from the hotels. They would dump out all of the food and just all the rotten stuff. And then, you know, the mother would be going over to try and find a decent meal for her family. The father, he had an opportunity to go to America. Within his first 18 months of being in America, he made £500,000 or $500,000. Do you know why? Because his family's back in a rubbish heap in India. You don't have to give that guy any encouragement, yeah? Because it's like his reason why is in so much pain. So, you know, let's see if procrastination can work in his mindset. You know, like your family's at home in a rubbish heap, but let's do that tomorrow. Let's do that next week. You've got to be joking, right? Because of the reason why is so strong. So what is your reason why? That's the question, everyone. You know, in terms of why are you doing this? And it's got to be more than, oh, I just want to pay a bill. I want to just be able to pay the council tax. It's got to be more than that. Because is that what's going to really get you out of bed when you really can't be bothered? Remember, those of us living here in the UK, we live a pretty comfortable life. You know, we're all on our computers or on our smartphones right now. You're going to go and have some lunch when we finished here. You've got food in your fridge. You've got water in your pipes. You live comfortable. I know, look, oh yeah, but, you know, council tax. Look, on a whole, we're not having the same level of poverty of what there is in other countries. So you've got to figure out what is your reason as to why we're doing this. And it's got to be more than just to pay your council tax bill. You know, look at all of the stuff of what you've got to learn about yourself, who you need to become. You've got to be doing this for more than just to pay council tax, for example. Other thing to consider, recognizing that procrastination is nothing more than a test of how much do you really want this? How much do you really want it? Because, you know, again, everyone is going to get hit with some level of procrastination at some stage. However, I just see it as a test. How much do I really want this? Do I want it bad? Because if I want it that bad, then of course I'm not going to allow procrastination to take shape, to take hold, you know? Other things to consider as well when we're trying to get over procrastination, and that is to recognize that it's our thoughts that are trying to mess us up. It's the thoughts. That's all it is your thoughts. Oh, you know what, I've got to do this business that these guys are talking about. Oh, but that means I've got to start. I don't know where to get started. I don't know how to create a website. I've never done it though, Jay, have I? I've never done it though. I've never done it. You know, oh, I've never done a website. I don't even know Facebook, Jay. I don't go on Facebook though, do I, Jay? I don't know what to do, do I? You know, even though training's there, I just don't know. You know, YouTube, oh, I'm so uncomfortable about being in front of the camera. It's just your thoughts. Every single thing of what I just said, you can learn how. You can learn. You know, but what we do is we allow our thoughts to fester. And then we just don't do anything because we allow our thoughts to talk us out of whatever it is that we're trying to do. But we've got to also remember that your thoughts are not necessarily real. Oh, I'm not going to be able to build that website. Why not? Your thoughts are not real. It's just things of what we're using to put in the way of our success. Oh, I can't do it, I'm too old. Oh, I can't do it, I'm a woman. So, you know, a woman can't do it. Oh, I can't do it because I'm a black man. You got to be freaking joking, right? You've got to be joking. Again, these are just thoughts that we put in our way to stop us from really getting there, because there's got to be a reason as to why we can't do it, right? It's up to you. Yeah, this is where your success is. What about fear? Fear of success, Jay? I don't have any fear. You've got to be joking, not me. Really? A lot of us fear success more than you will ever believe. So what I mean by that is you now becoming successful. How are people now going to treat you as a result of you becoming successful? Because you do realize, right, that, you know, the more successful you become, there's going to be people that you know right now that will no longer like you. Now, I'm not telling you who that is, but there's going to be some people in your life that you're now a millionaire. There's going to be some of those people in your life that now drop away, right? Because, you know, Mary, I used to, you know, me and Mary used to talk about, you know, success. You see that Mary, right? Mary used to come round. Yeah, we used to have sessions. We used to chit chat. Yeah. You know, we used to talk about the price of petrol. You know, we talk about, you know, the price of council tax. But you see that Mary, right? You see that Mary? Yeah, she used to be with us. Yeah, she used to be one of us. But she's been hanging out with that guy, Jay Hastings, isn't she? Jay Hastings and Simon Coulson. And now Mary, all she can talk about, all she can think about is, you know, how much money she's made. You know, she just got this nice Mercedes. You know, she's just now, you know, been traveling around, you know, the Maldives. She just got herself a luxury apartment in Canary Wharf. You know, now she don't want to talk about the price of petrol, does she? You see that Mary? You see that Mary? She's changed. She's changed. Now, you will get that. There are going to be some people in your life that your success will highlight what they haven't been able to achieve for their own life. And they now respond to that with negativity. Oh, yeah, look at her, yeah, she thinks she's better than us. You see that, Mary? She thinks she's better than us. And that's what happens. Now, subconsciously, you're aware of this. Subconsciously, you know, you realize that if you change, will other people change along with you? Sometimes, but not always. So that then means that subconsciously, you don't want to be unliked by people. And certainly the people that you've grown up with, people that you know, like, and trust that are around you. So that then means that you don't want to be unliked by people. So we sabotage. We sabotage ourselves out of fear so that we don't actually get the results, so that we then don't then become unliked. Forget your conscious mind, everybody. Your conscious mind, oh yeah, I'm Jay Hastings, look at me, yeah, I'm a millionaire, I've got all of this, yeah, check me out. Forget the conscious mind. You know, the conscious mind a lot of the time is full of ego. Yeah, you don't understand about me, Jay, yeah, I'm nearly there, yeah, you don't understand about me. You know, let's now turn that off and start looking at the real you, because that's what's really driving you. That is what's really going to produce your success or not, what's going on within you. Yeah? So in which case, that fear of success, you know, fear of being unliked. Or what about this? How many times do I hear this? Yeah, Jay, I want success, but, you know, I want to remain anonymous. I don't want anyone to know me, so I don't want to put my face on Facebook. I don't want no one there. Now, who do you know that is really successful in their field that people don't know of them within their field? One of the reasons why people like Simon Coulson and even myself, why I might be more successful than every single person on this call right here, right now, is because look what I'm prepared to do right here, right now. Every single one of you have got a judgment of me. Every single one of you. You know, and that could be, oh man, this guy's a bit loud, isn't he? He's always like, yeah, you know, in your face, you know, whatever it takes. You know, some of you might be like, yeah, I love that, it really gets me going. Some of you might be like, oh, well, I tried the thing, and it worked, didn't it? It did work, yeah? What I'm saying is that everyone's got an opinion of me right here, right now. Some of you, I'm hoping, remember, I'm a human being. So I'm hoping that you have a positive, you know, thought about me. That's my hope, because I'm a human being. I want to be loved too. Yeah, just like you. Yeah. However, I am not going to allow the fear of people that will judge me in a negative way. I'm not going to have that fear hold me back and stop me from doing things like this. But this is the reason why I might then go on to make a lot more money, because of what I'm prepared to do. Simon Coulson is not a natural speaker. To get to know Simon, you'll realize that he's not that natural speaker. He's not even like me, that's just, you know, comfortable like this. He's not that. However, because obviously how lucrative the speaker industry can be, that's the reason why he does it. So he doesn't allow the fear to stop him. Hence the reason why he's more successful than me and more successful than lots of others, because of what he's prepared to do. You've got to think, what are you prepared to do? Or where are you holding yourself back? Because ultimately, this will stop you from achieving the success that you want. Ultimately, we need to discover who we need to become. Who do you need to become? We need to make a decision that we are now playing this game. I have made a decision. I'm in this. Success is for me. I don't care if it means I lose family and friends along the way because they are uncomfortable with my success, and that has happened a lot in my life. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But you know what? I've made a definitive decision that this is the game that I'm playing. So as a result of that, fine. If you don't like me, whatever, I'm still here. You know, if you think this, all right, you know what? I'm still here. You know, and I'll keep on going and going and going because I've made that definitive decision that success is for me no matter what that takes. In addition, we then just got to do it. So we discover who we need to become. That person that you need to become is not necessarily the person that I'm speaking to right here, right now. You need to adjust who you are, grow. You need to make a definitive decision that the success is for you. So that then means that, you know, if you need to raise the money for your website, then raise the money for the website. If you need to raise the money for mentoring, raise the money for mentoring. Because you've made a definitive decision. Just like how you've made a decision to be a parent, that if your child needed something that just costs 20 grand, within a week or two, you would have that 20 grand. because it's for something medically for your child, for example. But you've made a definitive decision to be a good husband or a good wife. You've made a decision to be a good parent or a good son, a good daughter. You've made a decision to be, you know, some of you might be really good at martial arts or tennis or something. You've made that decision. Now you've got to make a decision about your success, no matter what happens, along the way. And then we've got to just do it. Take action and just do it. Get stuff done. Consistency is the key that brings everything together. Yeah, it is the key. Okay, and I know we struggle with being consistent sometimes. Okay, we really struggle in this area, keeping things up. Writing lists can be very useful. Just writing out what you need to be doing each day and make sure that you don't go to bed until you ticked off everything. Stuff of what I do. So that means I don't care what time I wake up. I don't care what time I start work. I don't care what time I finish. I don't care where I work from. As long as I get my list done, that is what's important. Set yourself ultimatums. If I don't get the website done by Friday, you know what? I'm going to outsource it. Even set yourself an ultimatum when it comes down to your success. If you're not prepared to do all this stuff of what I'm talking about today, and this is where your success lies, I promise you, you can, it's up to you. Don't believe a word I say. You know, all right, Jay, I'll get it. But all right, let me just do the affiliate thing here. All right, fine. Without really fully embodying all of this, you know, it's not going to happen for you. But it's up to you. You know, it's up to you. I'm just showing you the rules around success and what we all abide by. Even to the point where you want to set yourself an ultimatum that if you're not prepared to do all of this stuff within a certain period of time, then why continue to spend your time and your money, you know, even on this journey towards achieving financial success if you're not prepared to play the game properly? So give yourself, look, by the end of August, if I'm not playing the game in the way that I've seen Jay and these guys talk about, if I'm not doing that, I'm going to save my time, I'm going to save my money, and I'm going to take my wife to the Maldives, or I'm going to go and learn how to speak a new language, or I'm going to learn how to play the piano. You know, like anything's better than just keep on going down a road that you're not ever really going to do what is really required to get you, you know, to where it is that you want to be. I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm just saying, you know what? This is your life. You've got one experience. And do you want that experience to be chasing something that you're never really going to get because of your commitment? You're not that ready to be as committed as what you need to be when it comes to achieving success. Also, accountability. You know, making sure that, you know, you have people that hold you accountable. This is really important. We all have people holding us accountable. I have people holding me accountable, of course. Simon holds me accountable. If I didn't have that, then probably nothing would get done because I'm the same as I'm a human being like everybody else. You know, I can be bothered, I can't be bothered. Oh man, you know. However, if I know that Simon's going to be looking over what it is that I've just been doing over the last, you know, I know he's going to be looking at that next month when I speak to him or next week when I go and see him. I've got to make sure it's done. Otherwise, he's going to think that I'm not serious. And I don't want him to think I'm not serious because I want to be serious. I'm serious about success. So having accountability as well is really important. This is what we all have. So to change your blueprint for you and your family, okay? So, all right, this is all sounding fantastic, but you want your family and your friends and your children to get on board with this journey towards achieving financial success. The best thing that you could ever do, everybody, is you become the example. Sometimes I'll even say, don't even worry about telling loads of friends and family about what it is that you're doing, you know, when you're on your journey towards achieving success, because sometimes our family and friends are not always the most supportive. Oh, what, you think you're going to do that? Oh, really? All right, yeah, all right, guess what? Sometimes I say, you know what, don't worry about going, oh yeah, guess what, internet business school, you know, dad, look, yeah, they're doing really well, yeah. You become the example. And by you becoming the example, you know, your children and other people around you will be inspired by you. Some people might fall off track and you don't speak to them again. Some people will be inspired by you, okay? Those of us that have got children, remember, as I mentioned earlier, don't worry that our children never listen to you. Worry that they are watching you. If you say to your child, oh yeah, go on and become successful. Well, you're not successful, mum or dad. All right, yeah, go and do this course. Well, have you done the course, mum and dad? You know you can make 100 grand a month. Yeah, well, have you made 100 grand a month, mum and dad? And you've got to think about it in terms of what impression are we setting for our children? Why do we want our children to go through the same sort of hardship that we've gone through for some of us? Why? No doubt you don't want them to go through the hardship. So make sure you now become the example so that we teach our children something different. Our responsibility as parents is to give our children a childhood that they do not need to recover from. So why don't we try and set our children up in the right way so that, you know, they've already got a mindset that is ready for success? You know, remember what I said, you know, we grow up, we haven't seen people around us doing it, making 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month. Well, guess what? My daughter will see it. But not just my daughter, I want your children to see it within you as well. But like I say, it's up to you. I would always say, you know, we need to break the cycle. If you heard money doesn't grow on trees, let's break the cycle for our children. But we do it by you becoming the example. So how do we get to where we're going quickly? How do we accelerate our pathway to success? We need a structure. Every business needs structure. If you are trying to do this, I don't care what you're doing. It could be affiliate marketing. It could be e-commerce, it could be Bitcoin, whatever it is. If you haven't got a structure, like a business plan, then you are just, you know, just waiting to fail because you have no plan. So what that plan means, say from a digital marketing point of view, well, how much traffic do you need landing on your website, converting at 1% with a commission of £100 a product? How much traffic do we need with that 1% conversion before you're making £5,000 a month? That all formulates as a part of your plan. What's your outlay going to be? So in order for you to be able to get all of that traffic that's going to produce you that type of revenue, how much do you need to spend in ads? For example, what do we need to spend from a marketing point of view? So what's the structure of your business? In addition to that, action. We've got to take massive action. So even if you're outsourcing stuff, massive action is very, very, very important. Have people holding you accountable. This is what's going to get you there quickly, everyone. People holding you accountable. Find yourself a mentor. If we've all got mentors, if Simon Coulson's got a mentor, if Andrew Reynolds has got a mentor, I would never understand it. Why would you not? If you're serious about success. But again, I do understand there are elements of sabotage. I do understand that. It sounds good. Everyone out there in this world likes the idea of being financially free, no doubt. Everyone loves the idea. Sounds good, doesn't it? But how many of us are really prepared to actually go on to make it happen? 1% of this world. That's how much? 1%. Are you in that 1%? If you are, then you've got to do the same thing as what the 1%ers do, okay? Just how children have their parents as mentors, we must have mentors too, okay? So what about making some money? How do we go about making money now? So now we understand the mindset, we understand we need the mentors and the influences, and you know, we're going to get over procrastination, we're going to write lists, we're going to be aware of our blueprint. But when you're now trying to create income, focus on one thing at a time, everyone. Don't focus on, you know, all of these different projects all at the same time. No one does that. I don't do that. Simon doesn't do that. We focus on one thing at a time. Everyone's like, yeah, multiple streams of income though, Jay, multiple streams of income. See, this is what I'm saying. By surrounding yourself with the right people, you will understand what that really even means. You know, so what I mean by that is, yes, it is about multiple streams of income, but you're not going to do all of them at the same time. You focus on one, get that up to fruition, get that up to making money now. Right, I've now systemized it. Right, now let me focus on another. Get that up to speed. Right, brilliant. Now let me focus on another. Get that up to speed. No one does everything all at the same time. No one. Make sure you become the best version of yourself. So many people is like, yeah, but Jay, the money, yeah, but Jay, you don't understand the money. Where's the money? Where's the money? Yeah, but the money, Jay, the money. What about you becoming good at what you do and then the money following? What about that? You know, you've got to remember there's an order to it. You become good at what you are doing, then the money follows. Not the money follow, but the money comes and then you've got to then work on being good at what you do. That's why when I'm seeing people putting out Facebook posts and stuff, when they're really bad, it's like, oh, this don't work, Jay, this don't work. It's like, there's nothing I can do. I can try and show these people that, look, you know, you've got to become the best. You know, when you become good at what you're doing, then you can make money. But sometimes people hear me, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't want to hear it because they want to hear, oh, yeah, you can make money by just pressing this button. And that's easier to say, oh, that don't work. You know, it makes them feel more comfortable. That don't work. Rather than to recognize, you know what, I've got to grow myself as an individual and make money that way. Yeah? So become the best version of yourself and be an expert. I would like to think that I'm an expert at this type of stuff. That's the reason why I make money with what it is that I do. Because I'd consider myself an expert. But I wasn't always. But when I started becoming good, that's when I started making money. Yeah? What about 3 ways of making money in the next 30 days? What about that? Making money is really not that difficult, everyone. It really isn't. You know, the first thing of what we can do to be making money in the next 30 days, like I say, look, once you've got the right mindset and you've risen your expectation, the rest of it just falls into place. So 3 ways of making money in the next 30 days. We run regular webinars. Me, Simon, everyone. We all run regular webinars. Why don't you just get, you know, people to attend our webinars on which you can get paid a commission? Anytime anyone buys anything, you can get as much as 50%. So, you know, with me, that's as much as 500 quid. So, you know, all you've got to do is you know, speak to people about attending webinars. You know, if you run out of people to speak to, you can use things like meetup.com and Eventbrite. So meetup.com and Eventbrite, they are, well, Meetup costs about 20 quid a month, but they're the middle people between people that put on a webinars like me and other people out in this world that wants to attend webinars. Meetup and Eventbrite, they're the middle person that just brings the two together. And that's it. So, you know, say for example, there are thousands of people on meetup.com right now that are interested in digital marketing events. All you then is advertise a digital marketing event, pointing them towards one of our webinars. Anyone that then buys anything, you get paid a commission of up to 500 quid. You know, I paid out to one person last week, 750 I paid him. One person. Yeah? And that was just purely because it's like eBay. A Meetup and Eventbrite are like eBay and Amazon. You've got a buyer, you've got a seller, and you've got eBay in the middle that moderates the process. So you go onto eBay to find what you want to buy. You go onto Meetup to find what events you want to attend. Of which there are loads of, you know, we can get loads of people. This is international, this is worldwide. You can focus on different areas. So instead of just focusing on London or somewhere like that, you know, in the UK, why don't you focus on New York? Getting people from New York to our webinars, because not everyone's doing that. Why don't you focus on Sweden? No one, you know, who's hitting the Swedish market? No one. You know, and all you got to do is use Meetup, get people to our webinars, Meetup, there's nothing to it, won't take you long, of which you can then get paid commissions. I hope that makes sense. Other things of what we can do to start making money in the next 30 days, what about a joint venture? You know, let's just say, for example, you know, I'm doing, you know, mindset education for, you know, for people that want to achieve success. Let's just now say that you've got, you know, a program for children, teaching children about financial success and stuff. Is this frozen? Is this all right? Yeah, it should be all right. Okay. You know, so say, for example, you've got a program for children. Why don't you just come to me and say, Jay, I've got this great program for kids about money. You know, a lot of the people that you coach, no doubt, have got kids. Couldn't you just, you know, send out an email to everyone that you coach in relation for their kids? And if anyone buys anything, you go 50-50. Yeah, all right, then fine. JVs are sometimes the quickest, easiest way to start making money. Like that, straight away. Yeah, really quick, really straightforward. So think about whatever it is that you're doing. Who's got your customer? Whatever you're doing, can even be an affiliate. Who's got your customer? Go to your customer and say, look, if you email it out for me or market it for me, we'll go 50-50, yeah? All right, fine. And then we've even got referring clients, like becoming a middle person. I do this a lot. If any of you need a website, no worries, use this person here. I will get paid a commission. If any of you need an accountant, don't worry, use my person, and then I'll get paid a commission. If any of you need a solicitor, don't worry, use my solicitor, I'll get paid a commission. If you need anything and everything, you need a cleaner, use my cleaner, I will get paid a commission. Yeah, you need a gardener, use my gardener, I get paid a commission. You want to start getting familiar with referring and taking a commission or a cut out of any referrals that you might promote, okay? And that's anything. If somebody double glazing windows, yeah, fine, use my guy. You know, and it's not that I'm a double glazing window enthusiast in any way. I've had some double glazing windows put in, and I've signed up with their affiliate program. If they don't have an affiliate program, I will say, look, if I referred you any business, would you give me a commission? Yeah, we'll give you, 10%. All right, I'll take that. Something for nothing. So if you think about it, how many people do you think that you could say refer to, that people like businesses or people that just wouldn't mind starting online business that you might know? And then all you then do is say, right, okay, people like Jay Hastings, they'll have a bit of a chat with you. I'll have a bit of a chat with them. If they're interested in any of our product, for example, you then get paid a great commission. And all you're doing is, I'm going to get one of these guys to give you a quick call. That's it. That's it. So I've been doing this stuff with the Internet Business School for years. It's made me hundreds of thousands of pounds. Meetup.com alone has made me hundreds of thousands of pounds. So it doesn't have to be difficult, but it's up to you. Remember, it's the person. I've got people that do this type of stuff. Some people are generating thousands. I've also worked with some others that don't make a penny. Why? Jay, I tried it, right? Jay, I tried that thing, right? I tried it, yeah? It don't work, Jay. It don't work. Right, let's have a look at the location that you set for your meetup. All right, the location that you set for your meetup is on the Shetland Islands somewhere in some small village, which is where your grandparents live. Well, you do realise that there's nobody in that village on the Shetland Islands that are using Meetup. Why would they be? You've got to target cities, where lots of people are, where they might be using Meetup, not just some little tiny city or little tiny village, of which, again, you've only got 50 people in that village anyway, so you're expecting all of those 50 people to be on Meetup, of which you're also expecting all of those 50 people on Meetup to be interested in digital marketing, for example. It's not realistic, but if you go after a big city, then there's always going to be some people that's going to be interested in your topic there. All right? Cool. Okay. So I hope that all makes sense, everyone. Again, feel free to pop it in the chat. Anything you're not sure of, and I will address that when I'm coming to an end. I'm going to be finished in about the next 5 minutes, okay? So we've got about another 5 or 10 minutes and I'll be done. But feel free to pop anything that I've been talking about in the chat. And I'm going to come back to that at the end, all right? So pop it in the chat and I'll come and I'll have a little bit of a readout at the very end, okay? Right, okay. Now, look, one of the questions that I've got for you, okay? If this is going to let me do it. All right, why is this not letting me share the screen? No. Right, here we go, okay. So the question that I've got for you, okay, is, look, this is serious now. All right. Some of you have obviously heard me speak more than once. Some of you have, would have known of me, and I would have known of you for years and years and years, right, Mary? Yeah. So the thing is what we're now going to do. Like, you've been around for a while. We've tried the trading course. We tried the affiliate marketing course. We tried the e-commerce course. We tried this course and that course, but we might not be where it is that we want to be as yet. We tried a diploma course. Now I'm showing you, I'm breaking down in terms of why. Because like I say, strategy is easy. Buy this thing that I've got in my hand for £1, sell it for £2. Making money is not hard. However, are you the person that is going to be able to execute in the right way to ensure that you go on to generate the sort of income that you want to generate? So do you really want 2022 to be your best financial year? And if you do, all right then, what are you going to be doing differently? Okay, because there comes a time sometimes it's like, well, you know what? I've already said to you that none of us does this on our own. No one does this on their own. We all have help, from the very beginning. I've got a letter that I actually sent to Simon in April 2012. And, you know, it was literally crying out for his services. Please help me, please help me. You don't understand. You don't understand. I just want success. Yeah. What did I do differently? I stuck to Simon like glue. Okay. That's what I did differently. And it's worked out really well for me. So the question is what are you going to be doing differently? What are you going to do to ensure that you stay on track? Okay. What methods will you be using to increase your financial blueprint? Remember what I'm saying about influences. So how will you learn to think like a successful person? And who are you going to surround yourself with to ensure you are successful by default? It's up to you. This is your life. And you've got one experience of being who you are. You know, within that experience, you know, like I say, it's up to you. Are you going to get to the age of 101 years old and look back and say, coulda, shoulda, woulda? I hope not. But there comes a time that you've got to now start doing things differently. Our free webinars are great. Our free, you know, Saturday school training is great. It is good. It's great. Is this going to be enough to help you get to 6, 7 figures? No. You know, was it enough for me to get to 6, 7 figures? Of course not. You know, because we need to look over what it is that you're doing. Even now, still, my website, seriousAboutSuccess.com. Who's the first person I had look over the website? Simon, what do you reckon? You know, is it, yeah, Jay, it's good, it's good, it's good. In fact, he told me to change the font. He didn't like the font. No, Jay, change that font. You know? So who are you going to have now to look over? This is what we all have, not just me. Simon has this. Stas has this. We all have this. Who are you going to use to ensure that you've got the same? Otherwise, you know what? If we don't do things differently, you know, I love the Saturday school. It's great. We'll be here this time next year. And we'll be like, yep, take a few notes, yep. Which is not bad. I'm not saying there's a problem with that. But we'll be here this time next year. And I know that you want to now really start getting some results for your life. So come on in. It's up to you. It's about unlocking your potential. Remember, it's the mindset that makes you money, nothing else. How much do you currently earn compared to how much do you want to earn? You know, how deep rooted is your financial blueprint? So those are questions that I want you to be asking yourself, you know, in terms of, look, are you serious about success or not? Are we serious about getting different results for our life or not? Are we serious about helping our children to see something different than what we've been able to see when we grew up? Are we serious about helping them see something different or not? You know, because look, we're living somewhat comfortably anyway, you know? So have you really got that strong desire to really take things to another level or not? Because if you have got that desire, we run some training. And when I'm talking about training, I'm not going to go into no big sales pitch right here, right now. You know, basically, I just want to know who's who. You know, we have some training of where you can work with me for 6 months, of which if within those 6 months we do not achieve what it is that we're looking for, and those of you that want to leave your day job, I'm going to get you there within 6 months. Those of you that want to start an online business, you've tried before, but you've struggled, I'm going to get you there. And if within 6 months you are not there where you want to be, I'm going to give you another 6 months to ensure that we get there. Now, I don't know how much, you know, again, all I want to try and do is give people what I had. I had exactly what it is I'm about to show you, but this is what I created. There wasn't a program for it. It's just like, look, you're not getting rid of me, yeah? And I received, and what you will always get is structure, actionable steps, and within the first 30 days of you working with me, I'm expecting to even get results within the first 30 days. So for 6 months, you'll be working with me, making sure that we've got clear structure, you've got the right steps, you've got everything. But even the first 30 days is going to be a massive Kickstarter to get you up to speed, get things moving. You know, but like I say, it's up to you. All right. So how it kind of looks like, you know, in terms of our training is I want to meet up with you. We can either do it on Zoom or we do it or we meet up in person, have some lunch and all the rest of it. of where I'm going to help you build a business plan. Okay, I'm going to build a business plan directly with you. Okay, like so that we know what we're doing. But then you will also be getting weekly, if not bi-weekly, one-to-ones with me or one of my personally trained coaches. This is for a whole 6 months, if not a year, every week with either myself or one of my personally trained coaches. Every single Tuesday, every week, I run a Q&A webinar, surgery. So again, this is always just directly with me. You can get all your questions answered. We run an accountability themed webinar every week to make sure that we are holding you accountable and you are continuing to remain on track. You know, you get 50%, so high ticket commissions on all referrals. We do joint ventures. I do loads of joint ventures with all of my students. Yeah, one of my students, Paul, some of you might have heard of him, it's called Paul Shooter. Yeah, he done Saturday School a few weeks ago. Again, who got him the opportunity to do the Saturday School? You know, again, who got him the opportunity to do a lot of the webinars that you've been doing, even with Simon? You know, if you was on any of those webinars, if you were on the webinars with Rachel Lawson or Davis is a maiden name. Again, she was doing the BBC stuff a couple of weeks ago. You know, you've got to understand that all these people started from zero. Now they started working with me, and then now they're even doing joint ventures with people like Simon Coulson as well as me. Okay, even people like Stas Prokofiev. You know, where do you think he started? You know, again, we're able to do joint ventures with you, which will, again, I'm serious about helping you achieve, okay? Also, you get email support as well. And I'm even going to give you access to my members area. I've got a lot of training in my members area to do with mindset, but lots of online training, you know, businesses to get started with. It's like a whole suite, you know, even how to manage your finances, how to do sales training, how to do your own webinars. You know, how to get bums and seats at other people's webinars, you know, success stories. You know, I've interviewed some very successful people from Rick McMahon, you know, to, you know, I don't know if some of you might know Matthew Chapman, the guy that does all the martial arts training online. He's doing really well now. Again, who trained him? Yeah, who got him there? Okay. And again, none of us do it on our own. You know, question is are you going to continue to try and do yours on your own? Okay. Look, Donald Trump, again, not to get into anything political, his mind is programmed for success. How many other success stories have you heard from people who lose it all only to get it back within a short period of time? You know, here's what other people say about mentoring. Richard Branson, if you ask any successful business person, they've always had a great mentor along the road. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Your mentors in life are important, so choose them wisely. Oprah Winfrey, I think mentors are important, and I don't think anybody makes it in the world without some form of mentorship. Nobody makes it alone. Nobody has made it alone, and we're all mentors even when we don't even know it. Tony Robbins, find a great role model, perhaps somebody who has struggled and only really succeeded when older. Their biography and what they've done differently from you will help if such a person is willing to mentor you or at least allow you to work around them. And then we got my favorite quote down there. So my quote, we have only one experience of life. What are you going to do with that experience? Raise your game and be all you can be. Okay, I don't want you to get to the age of 101 years old and look back and say I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Okay, you don't have to, but it's up to you whether you're serious about this stuff. You know, if you're really serious. When I first met Simon, I said, you know what, I don't care. Just show me what I've got to do. Yeah. So does this really work? Well, do you know what? I have completely changed my life. You know, this is not about me. No one cares. I live in a £1 million home. When I first met Simon, I was in a 1-bedroom flat in Croydon. Yeah. 1-bedroom flat in Croydon. Okay. I now live in a 4-bedroom house in sunny Buckhurst Hill, which is right near Chigwell. I live in a £1 million home. I've done well over £2 million in sales and commissions over the last few years alone. You know, we do 30, 40 or £1,000 a month. We've got a property portfolio that is worth 7 figures. Now, I'm not saying any of this stuff to say, look at me, because no one cares. No one cares. You know, this is about, you know what, I'm the same as you. You know, I started in the same place as you, zero. You know, I'm not saying that you're starting at zero, but I started at zero with zero business, zero knowledge about digital marketing or business or anything like that. But by, again, surrounding myself with the right people and following these laws and having the accountability and stuff, It's what's enabled me to do some of the great things of what I've been able to do to this day. Okay, this is Linda. Linda has worked with me within, literally 5 days. Linda, generated £5,250 and 50p in 5 days. You can hear directly from Linda. Let me know if you can hear this, okay? If you can't hear it, make sure you mention it in the chat, okay? Let's play this.
Hello, my name's Linda, and I attended Jay Hastings' SAS bootcamp a couple of months ago now, and he really gave me the kick up the arse I needed. And it's the motivation that Jay gave me. I went on after about 5 days to earn £5,250 and 50p. So he certainly, gave me the motivation to succeed. It's if you haven't got the motivation, then you're going to fail. And Jay certainly has got lots of inspiration, and he's gave me the kick up the arse I needed.
So that was Linda. Okay, so that's the wonderful Linda. We love Linda. All right. This is here we go. Right. Oh, this is jumps across. Okay, this is Dave. So you can see this is a Facebook conversation that we had. He's done £5,385 in his first 12 days. Look, hi Jay, I just want to say thank you very much for showing me how to implement internet marketing properly. Using what you've taught me, literally, I've literally done £5,385 worth of profit in the last 12 days. Okay. This is Karen. Okay, Karen wanted to leave her day job. You can hear from Karen exactly how she felt.
Hi, my name's Karen Patterson. I met Jay Hastings back in January 2018. With working with Jay within 6 months, I was able to leave my job and could work for myself full time, which has given me the flexibility to be able to do the things that I absolutely adore. Working with Jay has been brilliant. He's been a great motivator. He's inspiring, and he helps you to keep yourself on track, which is the big thing, especially when you're setting up for yourself for the first time. It's been absolutely wonderful working with Jay, and I'm grateful for his help and his support and mentoring me in my business.
Okay, so that's Karen.
Hi.
Oops. Right, and finally is Billy.
Hello, my name is Billy Wood, and since attending Jay's Serious About Success course, I have gone on to generate over £10,463 over the last few months. It's been a complete different shift in mindset, and I now know how to go about creating wealth for myself going forward.
Okay, now those are just a few testimonials. Go on to seriousaboutsuccess.com and go down onto testimonials and have a listen to lots and lots and lots more. Okay. Now, look, I'm very pleased to tell you this. Look, when people go on to buy lots of courses, the vast majority of people fail. And I mean it. Like, we're talking 90, 95% here of people fail. And it's not about the course content. It's about us really applying the information that we learn and at knowing how to apply and execute. I would like to tell you that 85% of my community, that 85% of people that are doing work with me, 85% now go on to generate a great income. Everything from, I've got Helen doing between £500 to £1,000 a month. I've got Paul doing as much as £18,000 in the last 14 days. I've got Nigel doing about £15,000 a month. You know, I've got Annette doing a good couple of grand a month. I've got a 14-year-old little boy. His name's Toby. You know, he's doing, you know, in excess of £1,000 a month. He's 14 years old. You know, but this is different. We're serious about success. I've got an 81-year-old man doing as much as £500 a month. Okay, it's 81. Yeah, but like I say, we're serious now. We're holding people accountable, and we're really helping them get there. So the question now is all about you, and are you serious about success? Remember, structure, actionable steps, as well as holding you accountable. Remember, this is for 6 months. And then if we're not where we want to be within 6 months, we've got another 6 months as well on top of that I'm going to just throw in because I'm that confident that I can help you get you there. Remember, even in the first 30 days, I'm expecting some serious traction even within the first 30 days. After we sit down and have a chat and put a business plan together, you know, that's what I'm expecting. All right. So remember what I was saying in terms of how it looks like. You know, we start off with the business plan and stuff, but then you'll be having regular one-to-ones with me and my coaches. You know, every week I'm available for Q&A webinars, accountability themed webinars. You get as much as 50% on referrals. I will do joint ventures with you, email support, unlimited access to my members area that's got lots of content and is always growing. You know, thousands of pounds worth of content in there. You know, and you get it all. You know, even the JV with me alone is worth a lot of money. All right. Stas, we know Stas. Stas is doing as much as £50,000 in a month nowadays. Yeah, as a result of having my personal mentorship. You know, he's doing a lot of money. I've got a video testimonial of his as well. Again, just saying how it was for him when he first got started with me, and you know how he feels about where he's at now. But again, that's on the website. Okay. Right then, everyone. Like I mentioned, I'm not going to give this big sale where we're going to go through and do pricing and this and that and this and that. I'm not going to do all of that right now. This is actually my final slide. Okay, this is it. All right, and I'm going to put this link in the chat in a minute. Look, if you're interested in working with me, if you like the idea of this, okay, what I want you to do is I just want you to fill in a form and let's have a chat. Because if you are serious about success, so I'm not saying, right, you know, the prices are this and that and blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing all of that. I don't want to do a big old sale right now. You know, but what I want to do is I just want to now start speaking to you as individuals. And I want to know who's who. I want to know where you need help, what type of help you need. Are you serious about achieving your financial goals? I want to know all of that. And then following on from that, I want to help put a plan together with you and then going forward from there. I'm going to pop this link in the chat, okay? So hopefully you've enjoyed the workshop today, or the Saturday school training today. But like I say, this is just the beginning, all right? For some of us, well, to be honest with you, I don't want to work with everybody. This is not, you know, I'll be happy to take 5 people here because obviously I'm going to give you a lot of my time. You know, I want to invite you round, you're going to come round, say for example, let's spend a whole day together, we go and get some lunch, I'll treat you to lunch, and all of that type of stuff. And I don't want to do that with like all 100 people we've got on the call right now, in all honesty. You know, I'm happy to just take a few of you, all right? But you've got to be serious about success, okay? You've got to want this, you know, like how much do you really want it? I'm just putting the link in the chat, all right? How much you really want it, because if you really want it, then I can help. If you're like, well, the thing is, Jay, or, you know, but I don't work, you know, then I'm just like, look, you know, save your time and save my time as well, because, you know, I'm going to struggle to get you there, all right? Now, I've just put the link for this in the chat, all right? So just feel free to go and click on that link in the chat, and I will, and then just fill that out. What I'm going to do is no like price point or anything like that. I'm going to give you a call. If you're free today, I'm going to probably even give you a call today. Yeah, like, you know, why wait? Yeah. If not, I'll give you a call. I'll try and call you today, and on tomorrow, if that works for you. If you're available today or tomorrow, I'll just give you a call today or tomorrow. Pop it in the little comments. If you prefer me to call you maybe at the start of next week, then just pop it in the comments on that form, and I'll give you a call then. So that is pretty much me with this Saturday school training for this week. I'm just going back through some of the chat and see if there's anything in here. What is your, okay, we spoke about that. These days, everyone I know seems to get all A's and A stars in their GCSEs and A levels. Yeah, look, I understand what you're saying, Ankery. Look, I've got my own thoughts about academic. When it comes down to, you know, being an academic compared to being an entrepreneur, sometimes academia can people can get in a thought process so much. I've known people that have gone to Cambridge University and Oxford. However, for them to start a business, it struggles so bad because Oxford can't tell you how to pick up the phone and sell to somebody. You know, so little things like that. So, you know, entrepreneurship versus academia. I'll be telling my little girl that I want her to get great grades, but, you know, I'm also wanting to try and teach her how to be an entrepreneur as well. So it is what it is. Anything else on here? I see you as a person who will become my mentor. Excellent, Gary. I see you as a person who will become my mentor and drive me to success. All right, I love that, Gary. All right, look, fill in a form. Let's have a chat maybe a little bit later on this afternoon and see what we can do for you. Like I say, I'll work with you for the next 6 months. I will get you there within 6 months. You know, I'm telling you, I'm also going to invite you to be a part of the rest of my community, of where you're going to hear from Toby, who's 14 years old, who's making, you know, very decent money for a 14-year-old. You're going to hear from, you know, people doing as much as 18 grand a month from where they started. You know, you're going to hear all of their success stories, because what I've created is a community, because I'm saying that influencers are really important. You know, it's not just doing this on our own. So, you know, I've created like a community of, you know, of great like-minded people, of which we connect with every Thursday at 8 p.m. and have a bit of a chat. And you're going to be a part of all of that. So that then within that, you know, we've got BBC journalists, we've got nutritionists, we've got traders, we've got, you know, LinkedIn experts, we've got Etsy experts, we've got chatbot experts, we've got loads. You know, we've got a whole different range. And that's, you know, some of you might have heard that I was on radio recently. How do you think I got on radio? You know, it was one of my students, Rachel, who was doing the Saturday school recently. She got me on the radio. So we're also collective. We're all collective, you know, collectively, obviously working towards achieving success. Billy's asking, please, could you share your email ID? Well, look, I prefer you to fill out that form, which is best, which gives me a bit of an idea in terms of who's who. All right, I have a fill in the form there, Billy. I mean, like I say, that's going to prompt me to give you a quick call. So feel free to fill that in, and I will give you a call. More so than emails, okay? To be honest with you, look, you know, I do email support for anyone that I work with, anyone that's one of my students, you know, but sometimes I get loads of emails. Oh, Jay, just a quick question. I'm not doing any training with you, but I just got a quick question about this. You don't realize how many people do that, you know, so it can get a little bit frustrating, because it's like, there's so many. PS, the link did not arrive. Oh, man. Right, hang on, the link didn't arrive. Okay, right, let me try something. Right, here we go. Right, the link didn't arrive apparently. I think it did, but let me try again, okay? https://bi. Yeah, well, yeah, it is in there, but all right, for anyone that's not too familiar, bit.ly/SAS. What is it again? SAS what? SAS accountability program. Okay. Accountability program. SAS accountability program. Right, there you go. Right, so the link is back in that chat. Okay. Anything else? Anything else anyone wants to say or anything? Nice to know you're on the call with us, Mark. Good to know you're here. Thank you, Jay, for a great presentation. Thank you very much, Hazel. When will you be ringing anyone who completes the form? I'll be calling you, Sheila, ideally today, like very shortly. You know, I'm finishing now. So it'll be after this. So yeah, anytime this afternoon or tomorrow. I can give you a call if you prefer tomorrow, or if any of you are like, look, I'm going out today and tomorrow, I want to call you, you know, I want to chat to you on Monday. Just leave a little note in the comment for me on that form, and that will prompt me to give you a call on Monday. All right, cool. Thank you, Mr. Allen. Today ASAP. All right, then Sheila, I'll call you straight away. You know, Sheila, fill in that form. You'll be the first person that I speak to. All right. Yes, Mr. Andrew Grant. Very nice to know you're with us as well. Andrew is a part of our community already. So no doubt Andrew can echo what I've been saying in terms of our community and the sort of results of what it is that we've been getting. Thank you so much, Sheila, for filling in the form. No worries, David. Thanks very much for being here. Right, any more for any more? Any questions about anything? Thank you. Yeah, thank you for filling in the forms. Excellent. That's brilliant. I'm loving that. Any more for any more? Anything else, anyone? What else is there? Any other last little golden nuggets I can give you? Yeah, take massive action and just look, make it easy for yourselves. Make it easy. Whether or not it's going to be me that is your mentor or somebody else. You've got to have mentors. Can you call me straight away too, Jay, please? All right, look, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to call Sheila first, yeah? And then I'm going to call you after that Barjinder, yeah? Because Sheila got in there first. So I'll call Sheila first, have a quick chat with Sheila. I'm just going to have a quick chat with you as well, by the way, everyone, about, you know, what I can do from a mentoring point of view to help support you moving forward. I'm not going to be answering questions about affiliate marketing, how to get on the front page of Google, you know, how do I do this thing on Thingybob, you know, I'm just going to be talking to you about moving forward. And if, for those of you that are interested in, excellent, all right, brilliant, Barjinder. So for everybody else, yeah, that's what I'm going to be giving you a quick call in relation to. Right, anything else, anyone? It's now 1 o'clock, so I have gone over a bit. That's not unlike me. But anybody else, anything else anybody else wants to say at all? We'll see in that Q&A little box here. Where is the form? All right. Job is asking, where is the form? Look in the chat, Job. Just in the chat, you know, where everybody else is chatting. Let me just answer. Let me just send this to Job as well. If you're in a different country, please can you put your country code? Like, I'll probably call you on WhatsApp if you're available. But you know, just put your country code. Like, so if it was the UK, it's +44 and then 7931 and then the rest of the number. Just so I know. Otherwise, I have no idea. If you just put in your number, I have no idea where to call. You know what country to call. Let me just pop this in the link for job bit.ly. This is another thing, .ly / what was it? SAS accountability program. Right, okay. Is that it? Right, I've just popped in the form. Right, okay, the program. Right, so look, Job, do me a favor. I know you just, I'm going to be coming off of this in a minute. So I'm not going to be able to see what you're writing on here. So I've just sent you again the link to the chat. Just, yeah, pop it in the chat, all right? Worst case scenario, if any of you is like, oh man, like, you know, this link is just not working, it's not working, I don't know what's going on, it's not working, I really want to fill in a form, but it's just not working, then send an email, jay@internetbusinessschool.com, all right? And that will reach me. So jay@internetbusinessschool.com, preferably on the form, but Internet Business School, if worst case scenario. Let me just put a note of that, worst case, but preferably on the form at Internet Business School.com. Right, okay. All right, no worries, Barjinder, you're in the UK, that's brilliant. Thank you for the form, filled in the form, look forward to talking to you tomorrow evening. Okay, that's no problem at all, Billy. I look forward to chatting to you then. Any more for any more? Shall we now bring this to a close? Right, so Sheila, you can expect a call from me like in about 5 minutes. And then Barjinder, you can expect to give me, I need to give you a call a little bit after that, maybe about 15 minutes after that. I'll give you a quick call. Right, any more for anyone? Is everyone all good? Any other questions about anything? No? Everyone's all good? All right, well look, I've thoroughly enjoyed presenting to you today. Hopefully you've got a lot of value out of what it is I've been talking about. Remember, the final point of what I'm gonna say is this. This is it, everyone. This is it. All right, you know, you have to take my word for it. You don't have to, but this is it. This is where you achieve success. This is it. If you want success, well, come on then. I'm showing you how it's done. You know, again, some of you will hear me louder than others. Others that don't really hear it, again, look, good luck. You know, but then there will be a year goes by, 2 years goes by, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I wish I should have taken on, you know, I should have spoke to Jay at that time before. I wish I did that. I wish I did that. Yeah, 2 years ago. Do you get what I mean? You know, some of you will hear me louder than others. Okay, it's up to you. All right, but this is where it's at. This is how you achieve success. Thank you so much, everybody. You've been absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much. I will look forward to catching up with each and every one of you very, very, very soon. Until the next time, everyone, thanks very much. Have a great day, and I'll speak to those of you that's filled in the form. I'll speak to you very shortly. Have a great day, everyone. Speak to you all soon. Thank you very much. Until the next time, goodbye. Cheers. Thank you.